You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collectors. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, what we got for spares. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh at me, gonna live the dream. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing a song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready for one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collectors. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Welcome to season 2, episode number 12 of the PlayStation Collectors podcast. And tonight we've got PS2FatBoy on the show. Welcome, man.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Hey.
Oh, there's clap. Please hold your claps, please.
Sunday afternoon here in Australia, and we've got an Aussie on again. So welcome, man. Please tell everyone who you are, PS2FatBoy.
Okay, my name is PS2FatBoy, aka PS2FatBoy. I am an older gamer streamer. I've been doing this for like probably close to 7-8 years now. Actually, 7 years, give or take. And I mained Twitch for a while. And I've recently jumped to Kick. It's going wonderfully well. But right now, I'm main focus is TikTok and streaming on TikTok and doing my shorts and stuff like that. And I dabble a little bit on YouTube. Sprinkle a little bit of YouTube goodness over here and there. But I try to be everywhere. But But my main focus right now is the TikTok scene, and it's doing exceptionally well. I'm doing really well. I still I'm an advocate. I don't guess I'm an advocate, but like I like to be an older gamer, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud to be part of that scene, the Gen Xers, playing games and still, smashing out Call of Duty, smashing out Battlefield, multiplayer games and talking trash, but also having fun with it, and being part of that scene. I think I think that's the problem with is like, older gamer, younger gamer. Doesn't matter who you are. We're all gamers. Doesn't matter if you're on mobile, console, PC. If you play games, you're enjoying it, you're a gamer. And I just trying to be part of that audience where I'm saying, well, maybe the older gamers don't get much notice and stuff like that. And I'm just trying to be that advocate, like to say, hey, look, it's okay to be in your 40s, nearly 50, to play games, and it's still cool. It's still fine. And I think I came from a great era as well from games like, Wolfenstein, Doom, Quake, Super Mario, Donkey Kong, like all that, Atari, I grew up when it was the heyday of arcade machines,
Yeah, I missed that too, man.
I used to get up in the morning and ride my bike, down to my friends, and we get out, we go to the milk bar and change all the bottles and get coins to play them arcade machines, the Neo Geos, play Dragon, Double Dragon and Wonder Boy and Ghosts and Goblins and that scene. You don't get that anymore.
Oh my god, I can't imagine paying to play Ghosts and Goblins. That would be so expensive.
It was
Lord.
like, honestly, you had to put a mortgage on your mum's house to put Mom, I'm out of coins.
I remember.
It's a brutal game.
I go to the arcade,
it's a brutal game. And I was doing the tabletop. I was playing the tabletop at the local tucker shop. Sorry for all the people overseas. Tucker shop, basically a fast food restaurant. And we'd be there with our drinks and our milkshakes and hot dogs and playing video games to Mortal Kombat, Tekken, all the stuff. But I just think it's great to be at my age and still doing what I love doing. And I want to continue doing that. So, that's
I don't think you can't age out of that stuff, man. And
no way.
There is a legion of 40-year-old gamers out there. I'll tell you, we're the generation. I feel like our Gen X, our generation. I mean, we grew up with freaking Game Boys. We were the first. It's the people who. Yeah. I mean, you grew up with Atari, Pong, and stuff like whatever. But I'm telling you, once I feel like handhelds came out, that changed the game. Like because now kids can game all the time. You can play Pokemon all the time. Now you can do it. It just
even before Game Boys. Remember the old little the little screen, the LED ones,
Tiger games. Oh,
yeah, man. I had a couple of them. I had a
Unfortunately,
couple.
I
I had a couple of those, and even the little mini arcade machines. I had a Donkey Kong one and a
Mm-hmm.
Popeye, where you had to like jump on trampolines and stuff.
Just remember the old generic ones that you get like $10 a pop, and it would be one game and 2 buttons, and that would be the whole machine.
And you'd be like there and playing Pac-Man. There was a little mini Pac-Man as well, and I absolutely loved that crap.
Yeah. Well, I love Atari stuff and Coleco and
mate, yes, same. Yeah, I'm a massive Atari fan. Like I remember still getting my first Atari. It was a second-hand job. This guy was selling it, and I
what about your first-hand job?
Sorry. Hey, that's another story, and that's for another podcast. Check out my OnlyFans.
I couldn't let it slide. I'm not mature enough. Go ahead.
Slide what? The hand job. We never. No one's mature. We're all gamers. There's no such thing as maturity in gaming.
I just get older, but more mature.
I get older and more immature.
AJ said never understood why many ditch gaming as an adult. He asked his dad, who's in his mid-40s, and his dad said he grew up. And it's like when people stop playing with their toys. I remember I threw all my toys out, all my plush toys, when I got to high school because I'm like, I don't want to associate with them anymore. I just threw them out,
Yeah, but now you're missing them.
Yeah,
you do. I think we go through like puberty and we go, well, I've got to be cool, and we think there's so much peer pressure about, if they see my Dragon Ball Z collection, they'll think I'm a virgin. And so you ditch all that stuff. And
that
then 10 years later, now Dragon Ball Z is, my son's into Dragon Ball Z.
They stay on my Dragon Ball Z collection. I'll be the coolest kid.
Yeah, exactly. And Tazos and stuff. Like, man, you got a bag of Tazos there? Yeah, man, I'm cool.
Yeah, when I was in high school, there was like maybe 10 people that watched anime, and like I was into like anime, not a lot, but I did like it. My buddy was super into it, and then I was really into like heavy metal, like death metal and stuff, and I was like one of 3 people I think in my whole school that listened to that music. So it was rough.
It was rough. I was a metal kid myself because I was the 80s and I was like into Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Metallica and stuff. I mean, most kids were into that sort of stuff anyway. But when you was listening to some,
we had Metallica, Godsmack, and there was kids who liked that metal, but I liked fucking metal.
The Viking.
I was into Cannibal. Yes, I had Amon Amarth's first album when it came out. In Flames, At the Gates, all that stuff.
My son would love you. He was into that stuff. But I was like, it's too heavy for me.
You couldn't even. It wasn't advertised. Like me and my friends used to get magazines, and we would just like order all these albums from overseas in Europe and have them shipped over here. And like literally nobody knew any. And like Napalm Death,
you probably didn't know In
Flames. Nobody.
Mate, I was part of the Iron Maiden fan club. Remember, you used to get a magazine once a month.
That's awesome.
And they said, "You want to become a member of the Iron Maiden army?" It was like, yeah. So you write the little thing in there, and you get like a little brochure, and they'll send you like a little letter to let you know the tour dates and stuff like that. But but now it's all websites and stuff like that. It's detached, but they would send you like personalized stuff, like pictures and stuff like that, and magazines and stuff. And you just paid like a little small sum if you wanted to be like the VIP. And you're like, VIP? Oh, I'll do that, and listen to the new track. But that's sort of shifting now. We don't get any of that stuff. It's all like everything's just on the web. It's easy.
I remember as a kid getting like the Hit Parada magazines in Australia, and it'd come with a demo CD every week, and that's how I found out the music I like, because it wasn't from going on Spotify or iTunes. It was listening to this demo and going, "Oh, that number 4 track was a banger. Like, let's go and download that album," and then you do, and it turns into your new favorite band, and it's like, I just discovered them from a magazine.
Well, Figsy, because you probably know this, but remember Rage back in the day on ABC TV? Rage! This is the thing that would be on all night, and then when I'd get up in the morning, because like around 5 a.m. onwards, they'd do the top 50 countdown. So you get the old cassette tape, and put the tape in you, and you tape the top 50.
I used to
You know,
write down.
I used to do
pen and
all the
paper.
songs. Yeah.
I would write down I was probably 10
Yeah.
years old. I'd write down the
Yeah.
full top 50, and then we'd go
Yeah.
shopping. And I'd be
Yeah.
out shopping with my list of this is number one, and I'd get the single
Yeah.
and buy like
It's
your $4
crazy.
single. And oh god, good times.
It was
And then
it was great times.
rated at like 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. was like the M15 to R-rated songs. So I loved
Yep.
Eminem. I used to like set an alarm to wake
Oh,
up.
good
and
old
listen to
Eminem. God bless him. God bless Eminem. I don't know if he can
so
still talk
funny.
about being angry and mean anymore because, like, he owns he's got 5 mansions and $200 million in his pocket, so he can't be angry anymore. He's got all that money. I would be happy.
He can be angry. People can be angry.
I don't know. I'd be still happy. I'd be so happy just with half of his wealth.
Yeah, but here's
Just a
the
little
thing:
bit.
you're happy right now without it.
No. This is all a facade. I knew I was going on a podcast, so I had to slap myself to be happy.
You have a stuffed gizmo doll. You have to be a happy man.
Yeah, you like my gizmo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a question.
I don't like how you said it like that, but yeah, I do.
Yeah, you like my gizmo? Wow, so suggestive in this chat. You're showing your true colors here, Joe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Gizmo. Actually, funny story about Gizmo. When the first Gremlins came out on VHS, you could get a plush Gizmo, and they were selling them. And I actually had one when I was a kid. My mum bought me one, and when the movie came out on VHS, good old VHS on Warner Brothers, and I had that for yonks, and it went AWOL, it went missing, and then a few years back, my kids bought me this one. It's a little animatronic. It says the noise. It's flat now, but it says all the little things that he says in the movie. But he's cute.
Is that
He's
like one of your
adorable.
favorite movies or something?
I love the VHS. players.
Mate, I love Gremlins.
Yeah, just
Gremlins 1 and 2, like Gremlins 2, like hands down, is like a superior sequel. Because they said to him, hey, we need to make a sequel. And he said, I will make a sequel, but you need to let me make the movie I want to make. And they said, okay, here's $50 million. Make the movie you want to make.
It wasn't quite impressively at the time. Like,
no,
special effects, the way it looked and everything.
Mate,
it was amazing.
Yeah, honestly, the puppetry work, the inside gag jokes, the fourth wall, they would break the fourth wall, like the Gremlins come through the movie and stuff. It's great. It's a fantastic movie. I love Gremlins 1 and 2.
It's got that hot lady one too.
Yeah, and she's making out with a dude, and I was like, okay, there's some interspecies.
Figs, did you have any idea what the hell we're talking about?
Like,
it was a little bit before my time. Honestly.
I'm sorry, Figsy. Figsy, honestly,
Right,
Figsy, watch Gremlins.
No spoilers, but
watch Gremlins 1 and 2 back to back, and hey, the games are pretty decent too.
I've seen them on TV, and it's for me, it's hard to watch.
They're probably edited
before my time, and
Gremlins is so cool.
See, Gremlins 1 was an interesting film because it was like a kids-ish movie, but it was kind of it was a horror movie and kind of.
It was a PG-13 movie, and what happened was PG rated films were just relatively new because Steven Spielberg pushed for the PG-13 thing back in the 80s when Temple of Doom came out. He said, hey, I need more bums on seats, and we can't have kids in here because it might be M-rated. So they made the PG-13 sticker, and they stuck that on everything. So kids could still go, I'm going to watch this movie. Oh, it's cute. Santa in it. Oh, no, it's Gremlins ripping people's faces off. You know? And Gremlins is great.
I swear, so the kids can watch
that, man.
Yeah, it was great. PG was so cool back then. It's like you watch some people getting effed up.
Yeah, the rating system is interesting. It's like you could have the movie itself be about some incredibly disturbing thing, and they'll be like, "That's fine." But if it's like, "There's a boob,"
Spielberg movie,
get out of here.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, pretty much. We saw someone's butt cheeks, and they said the F word. But it's a Steven Spielberg movie, so it's PG-13. It's fine.
There used to be a limit. Like the rating system goes on how many fucks you say, and if you say a certain amount, it clicks up to the next rating or something. So movies have all got like a certain amount of fucks in it to get like.
I forgot what movie. I forgot what movie that had the most Fs in it. I think it might have been one of the Quentin Tarantino movies. I don't know.
That would be fair. It would be hilarious if you find out that limit and you watch a movie and they get to the limit, and then after that they're like, "Oh, fudge knuckles!" For the rest of
my fudge sticks! Darn tootin'! What are they starting to swear like they're in the 50s?
Yeah, what happened?
No, you notice no one talks like that in the 50s anymore.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's lines get lame at the end.
Yeah. You get to the chopper. Come on, you could do it.
That's pretty good.
Joe, I think that movie's Django, actually, now that you mention it. Pretty sure
Django? Oh, yeah, that was pretty brutal. Yeah.
Great movie, though. Love Tarantino. I'm not
I
a
do love
movie
it.
person, but I'm a big Tarantino fan. I've watched all
You love
these movies,
Tarantino?
including the
Oh yeah,
first
they're
few.
great. Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. I'm a massive movie buff. I love my movies very much.
Eric, I wanted to
Oh,
ask you more about streaming on TikTok, because a lot of people would hear streaming on TikTok and think, what do you mean? Is that even a thing? So tell us how you got into that and what you do on there.
okay. Well, to be cut a long story short, I've been streaming like a long time on Twitch and doing all sorts of things, and I just someone said about TikTok, and I thought, it's for kids and people who just want to be a bit narcissistic. But I think TikTok is definitely evolving, and like any sort of social media thing, I mean, if you're looking for that sort of thing, you'll see it. But if you're not looking for it and you're looking for things that you want, they're interested in you, like movies, games, retro stuff, there's plenty of it there as well. And people who want to share the same thing as you. So I created a TikTok channel on there just for shits and giggles, posted some memes, posted some stuff that I was doing. And just probably early last year, or maybe a year before, actually, sorry, late year before 2021, I just opened up, said I'm an older gamer and just trying to make it somewhere on the thing. And that video just blew up. The next day, I had nearly 3,000 followers on TikTok overnight. It was crazy. And a whole bunch of people just followed me off Twitch. It's like, I could maybe do something with this. And it's all trial and error. You know, I'm trialing and error and stuff and I saw I was using TikTok more as a gateway to bring people over to my Twitch and my other social platforms. And I was sort of like not taking that part seriously. I was just making memes and stuff like that. But just recently, I'm now taking more focus on TikTok and just I know I've had TikTok Studio, which is basically their version of OBS Studio. If you don't know what OBS Studio is, basically it's a platform that helps you stream either through YouTube or Twitch or Trovo or Facebook, the program that you use to stream all your stuff on there. They got their own version, which is TikTok Live Studio. You have to have access to it. It can't be just for everyone. So I had access to that. I downloaded it and I started fiddling around with it, messing around with it, and I was streaming on there, and I'm actually enjoying it. And what's really cool about the TikTok scene is TikTok want to promote you. TikTok want to show you off. So you really need to work on your game and what you're projecting. So I'm still working on that, but in the short form, like in the short week that I've been doing a lot of streams. Whoa, lost him.
No, I just coughed, so I took myself out.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you. He's boring me. This guy is talking too much. So I in the week or so I've been streaming. I've been focusing on just mainly the horror scene in the games, and it's been doing really, really well. And people seem to be taking interest in that, and they're liking that. I'm getting a bunch of new followers, a bunch of new members, and stuff like that. And so I'm just trying to focus. I did try Kick briefly, and I feel that Kick is like we discussed beforehand. Everyone's a streamer on there, and everyone's trying to make it. So you're not going to get the consistent views. I mean, of course, you're going to get your regulars coming in, which is great. It's fantastic. They're going to be there no matter what. But trying to get new viewers in there, it's just hard gig. So I'm just trying to do my thing on TikTok, and it seems to be doing well. And I'm going to stick it out and see how it goes. And maybe one day I might jump back onto Twitch as well.
There are plenty of new platforms that are going to rival streaming in the future, I feel, but they're not going to be.
There's so many. There's so many coming out right now. It's
going to be more platforms like Facebook and YouTube and X, where you've already got followers. So we're streaming right now on X. We're doing live streams. Every podcast is on X, and it's getting like 50 viewers because there's already people who follow Joe and myself on there. We're streaming on Facebook, and you already get your followers who are just like, I followed this guy. I've been following him for years. I didn't know he streams. Suddenly they start watching it on Facebook. But streaming on a new platform, it's hard to get viewers to just be like I don't watch Kick. I don't stream on there. I don't watch Kick. Why would I go on Kick to watch something when I can go on Twitch and watch stuff?
Exactly. And that's the hard part is like you're trying to get a new bunch of members or even your pre-existing members who are already dedicated to watch you on Twitch. And they're saying, well, I'm on this thing now. Can you come and follow me still? So some will do it, and then a lot won't.
Only about 15-20% will follow you.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a huge number. So I mean, when I started on Kick, it did okay. It was doing really well, but I feel it was going stagnant. But that's also my fault too. I'm putting my fingers in too many pies, I'm trying to do many multiple things. I'm trying to get partnerships here. I'm trying to do sponsorship stuff here. I'm trying to do editing over here, and then the other stuff suffer. So I'm not being consistent with my times when I'm streaming, the games, also my attitude with the streaming scene. So they all take an effect. So I was like, okay, I need to take a step back and focus on the three main things that are important when it comes to streaming. That is offline content, network, and focus on your stream stuff. It's just the three things that you need to do. Because everyone goes, oh, I need to get more subs and I need to get the sponsorship with Juiced. And it's like, no, you don't. All those things will follow through eventually if you just focus on the three main things: network, offline content, and your streams. And the rest will follow.
You could stream 1 day a week and put in just as much work as someone who streams 7 days a week. But if that work is making extra content to promote your one stream, you're going to get more viewers than the guy who streams 7 days a week.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many people who just do it the other way around, ass about face.
Yeah.
And they just mess up and they go, oh my God, mate, I streamed for 27 hours and only one person came by. Did you network? What's that? Exactly.
Yeah.
What game did you stream? Call of Duty.
Where'd you stream it? On Twitch. What did you title the stream? Oh, Johnny plays Call of Duty. Well,
oh no, my favorite one is
Johnny plays Call of Duty.
No, my favorite one is come and let's hang. Come and say hi. That's the most generic shit like ever. Like, just think of something titled like how to get rid of chlamydia or something like that as your title. And then people go, what?
Do you actually know though, or?
I don't know, but it might get me a view. Who knows?
I'm not I'm asking for somebody I know.
You're asking for a friend? Okay, me too. That's what I did, and then I found out I had it. Ah!
You're spot on, though, man. Like, right now I've got back into streaming a game called GeoGuessr, and the reason I'm streaming it is because anytime you go on Twitch, there'll be 400 viewers and 5 people streaming it. So what does that say to you? Then there's an audience there. I'll stream it, and I'm constantly getting raids from different streamers because there's no one else streaming it. So it's a really good game to get new viewers. Yeah. There's a constant fan base of people wanting to play it. But if you look at Call of Duty, there's probably like 10,000 people streaming it at any given time. So you're in such a saturated market.
I have an idea, though. Wait. Have you ever thought of painting your tits on camera?
Yeah, painting my. I've done that. And you know what? I actually, if there's ever a minus on views, I got it. I had I had a minus viewers. Like it went to -0.
It's like you were actually blocked by a few people.
I was blocked, and
the follower count go down.
Yeah. And the followers went opposite.
Every time I open up Twitch, there is some lovely.
You got a really good question here from AJ. AJ asked, any advice on how to get over nervousness when streaming? I often get nervous and claim up. So I'll enter this with my experience, and AJ might be shocked by this, but I used to stream without a camera, and it took me 12 months to get a camera. My first stream with a camera was the most nervous stream of my life. I was so scared. I was freaking out at people watching me, but the camera was like this small, tiny on the tiny screen, and I had a terrible resolution. And guess what? No one cared. And the second stream wasn't as hard, and the third stream was even easier. And then by the 10th stream of using a camera, it was just like nothing. So my advice would be start off with just your headset, talking to your viewers, and once you get comfortable talking to people, put a camera up there because it's going to be the exact same.
Make sure it's a good headset too, because people will give you shit about your audio quality. Because there's nothing worse when you hear, "Hey, you got mic," and you hear this. It's like, did they fall down a lot of fucking stairs just to come and talk to you or something? It's like, you all right? And then they go, I'm eating something right now. Will you calm down? Yeah, honestly, that's good advice. Like, go mic for a while until you build your confidence up. And also talk, even if there's nobody there, talk. When there's nobody there, talk and get sound of use to your own voice. And also practice in a mirror. Practice in a mirror too. Like, just stand there and just talk to yourself in the mirror and build up your confidence. Because once you do have that confidence and you feel comfortable enough to put a camera on, no one's going to give two shits. You'll be fine. Just keep practicing.
That's a really good point that you brought up, is talk when no one's there. If you guys go and look at any one of my old streams, The first 5 seconds of the stream is, "Hey guys, what's up? It's Figsy here," and I introduce what's going on because someone might rewatch it from the start and have no idea what's going on. But if you tell them, they can sit there and watch it. Just because you're not live doesn't mean people aren't rewatching it, especially if you're on like YouTube or something. Like
exactly,
people rewatch YouTube streams all the time.
Nothing worse, man, when you go watch a video, a pre-recorded video, and there's this dead air, and someone's doing this like they're messing around the camera. And they're just doing that for like 5 minutes, and then nothing happens. You're like, all right, my patience is gone. I'm out of here. But at the moment, you got to capture people in the first 5 seconds, 5, 10, 15 seconds. So, like, no dead air.
When no one's watching and I'm aware of that, I'll purposely, I have to make conversation now because when someone comes in, and they'll click out if you're not talking. So I'll just describe what I'm doing in the game. If I'm playing GeoGuessr, for example, I'll just talk about exactly my guess. Or if I'm playing Spyro the Dragon, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm going to go collect that crystal over there." And if I collect that crystal, then there's only 95 crystals left to collect. And then there's only 2 eggs left to collect. And then eventually someone will start talking to you. And that's how it kicks off.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then they ask for foot pictures. Always happens. What the hell?
That's the first thing I always ask. That's how I met Figsy. I met him through Only Feet.
The Australian Only Feet.
I think we did meet on Twitch though, right?
We did meet on Twitch, man. I remember. I think you followed me, and then I followed you, and I saw your PlayStation collection. I was like, wow, this is a really decent collection. I saw your
I can't even remember. I just know I've been watching you for years at this point.
You poor bugger. How do you keep up with this crap?
What I have loved about you is you haven't done the one thing. Like a lot of streamers.
Banfi's my only fan on Twitch is the problem.
A lot of streamers and people in chat will be able to relate to this. A lot of streamers will stream one game and that's it. Where you don't want to stream one game. That's not the idea behind streaming because then your audience are only going to want to tune in for that one game.
You get burnt out. You get burnt out with the game.
They're clicking on the streamer to watch the streamer. You know,
if you are an expert at something, you can get away with that. Like if you are absolutely a god at a specific game, then you can do that. But even guys who do that or gals who do that, you can't only do that. You have to play something else for your own sanity. You know what I mean? Like even if it's like you stream your game 3 nights a week, you gotta have like a random 1 night a week thing where you're playing something else because like you guys said, you'll never grow that way. You might be able to find like an audience for what you're doing, but that's your audience. You're not going to get anything, you know what I mean? So you need to do, like have some variety, like you said, to grow. But I hate Twitch, dude. They don't promote, like you said. I think it all comes down to in the future who will promote you, because that's who's going to do well, and that's where people are going to go. And so there do need to be viewers, but I don't know, Twitch, like they don't ever promote anybody, man. Like,
they don't need to. It's up to you. What they're saying is, here's the tools. We provide the tools for you to stream. You do the rest. And that's the problem. Everyone's blindsided. Oh, I go on there and I had one person watching me. And so, what did you stream? Fortnite. And what was your title? Come say hi. And and did you promote it on Twitter? No. Did you promote it on Instagram? No. Then who the fuck are you in that streaming platform?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, no one's going to click on you because no one knows about you. You haven't got offline content. Yeah, it takes huge time.
You have to, like you said, you have to provide some consistency in a schedule and stuff like that. If you want to create a fan base, you have to play at the same time so people know at least when to watch you. Like you can't just be all over the place. Like, and there's a lot of stuff that goes down to it. And also,
I got another thing to add, and people wouldn't even think of this, but PS2FatBoy, you'll understand this. When you're in a community, you actually have to watch other streamers. If you've got other streamers coming into your stream, you got to return the favor and get into their stream, and get your name in the chat and them talking about you, because you don't go into someone's chat and be like, "Hey guys, I'm a streamer and I do this." But if you go into someone's chat and they know who you are, they'll give you a shout out, and that's how you grow your stream. And
that's a networking thing.
I can when I'm on Twitch just watching.
Yeah. It's a network thing. I mean, I get it. There's a wrong way about it. You go to some stream, you never even know who to be. Hey, can I get a shout out? And there's the door. Don't let it hit your ass on the way out. Like, people usually do that. I had a guy, I actually did a TikTok about it. and I was streaming. He comes in and he actually told my audience, "Hey, don't watch this guy. Come and watch me." And so I went to his channel and I put my link of my channel in his feed, and it goes, "What? He's got followers only on? Like, I'm not following this guy. He's got no one watching him." And I was like, "Dude, you're doing it so wrong." I mean, I now that I look back at it, I mean, it's funny, but I don't want to be that person anymore. I do want to help people. You know, there's a lot of people who come into streaming and just completely haven't got a freaking clue what they're doing. They just think they're going to turn on the live and think people are just going to come in. If they think, "Oh, I'll stream Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex, and there's going to be so many people coming and watching me and supporting me, and I'll get Hooters money." No way. You got to have a different mindset. You got to think about, what do I want to stream, and what do I want from it? And you got to be honest with that. And then when you do that, and you also got to be honest with your community when you're building it. Build a community, build an audience, build a brand. If you are dead serious about it, build a brand so people know about you. What are you about? And if you don't do that, then you're going to be dead in the water. You're going to be,
Discord community, so you can talk to your Twitch audience after you finish streaming.
Yeah, that's what I got right now. I got the Timeless Vanguard. We have got now nearly 500 members now in that Discord, and it's been going really good. Got a bunch of old people in there, and there's a guy who came in just recently. I won't mention his name. He said, "Dude, I haven't gamed in ages. I saw your TikToks, and I had to join the community." And he's back to gaming. His girlfriend actually said to me, "said oh, it's so nice to see him back to gaming and playing games and enjoying himself again."
I can't speak for you guys, but I'm like a bad influence. I get lots of people back into gaming.
That's good.
My older brother,
wrong with it.
he gets so I send him marketplace ads all the time. I'm like, "Hey man, check this guy selling this Atari XE, dude. Remember we had that when we were little kids?" He's like, "Stop it, bro, dude." I'm just like, "Hey, I'm just
can't afford it. It's so expensive."
I know you're into this stuff. He's like, "I'm not into it, but you're making me into it." Stuff. But it's if you're passionate about something, and people used to love it, like you can bring that back. So that's a fun part, And what I think about a lot of people when they get older is they think they you lose the magic, like you can't play games anymore, like all of a sudden like you're not going to be able to. And I don't understand that logic at all. Like I am just like, nope, I'm trying to push 1 CCs to the day I die. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like
I have arthritis, but I'm still going to be playing bloody games.
I am worried about that.
Cataracts. Yeah, arthritis.
Accessibility getting so much better. So by the time we're at that age, you're going to be able to hook up a headset and play everything with your mind.
I'm going to be just blinking with my eyes. Yeah, man, I just got him. Look at that 360 no scope.
I just thought about it. Hey guys, I just wanted to touch on one thing that I said earlier about the you have to play multiple games. So that sort of just, if you want to switch games, you have to do that. If you are playing the one game and you've got a great community, and that game has longevity, like a CSGO, then you will do well. But like if you are, say, I came from the PUBG scene, and I've seen so many people do really well. But as soon as people stop playing it, 90% of my friends died as streamers. In the streaming sense, it was only a few people who became a personality that really kept on going. Like I used to watch pro PUBG players in the esports scene, and I follow some of those guys on Twitch, and some of them stream to 5 viewers these days because they didn't do it right, and they just hit the live button when they were playing, and they used to get 500 viewers watching them play PUBG, but now they're playing a game that no one knows, and they're getting 5 viewers, and it's the first 5 viewers that would have came along.
PUBG was the GOAT back in the day when BR when BR was the new thing, right? BR was the new thing. It was the flavor. Everyone wanted that BR money, right? But now BR, exactly. They were the biggest things, the massive viewers. It made stars into Ninja. I watched Ninja on TikTok. Like Ninja now streams to like 4,000 or 5,000 people, like on TikTok. And you know what? That's a lot, but not back in the day. That man had 150,000 viewers on Twitch. Because people don't give a shit about PUBG.
My thing with Ninja is as soon as he went over to Mixer, he just lost his viewers, and then when he came back to Twitch, he never recovered again. I would have taken the money. Of course not. $30 million.
Of course not. I mean, of course not. Yeah. But like, he's still laughing all the way to the bank. He can still get tons of sponsorships. He doesn't care. He could retire right now, and he'll be set for his entire life.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
he's made it. I mean, I'd love to see the Doc come back into a big way. The Doctor Disrespect, the whole scene with him. I mean, there's talks about him coming to Kick if he's given $100 million or something like that. But who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I mean, what I would like to see from Kick, to be honest, this is just sorry to sidetrack, but they're bringing like XQC and Amaranth. Sorry, they're bringing these people who are already big stars on Twitch, right, to a new platform. What they should be doing is looking at the general, see who's blowing up on Kick right now, and make them their superstars. So we don't need these Twitch people. We got our own people on Kick and build them up, and they can do it. Advertising, pushing them up, they can do it. But they are getting, sloppy seconds, no pun intended, Amaranth, and bringing them from Twitch to Kick, and yeah, that's another thing that kind of annoys me as well. But
I have an issue with Twitch, Kick, is I hate gambling, and Kick.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough.
If you click on the front page, Kick, the third stream advertised is a.
You can actually block
gambling.
that. There's actually there's a thing now you can actually block the gambling. You can block the hot tubs and stuff. But I know people aren't big on gambling, but so there was gambling on Twitch as well. Like people seem to forget that there was a lot of gambling.
Oh,
on
there was
and there's
slot
tons
machine
of
things.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
I recall that Kick is owned by Stake.com, though, right?
Yes, that Kick is owned, and they're getting all the funds through there, and that's why I think a lot of people are jumping onto Kick because they're getting more of their revenue back, and that's great. That's really good. I'm happy for them. But I think a lot of people are blindsided by that revenue thing, and they go, "Oh, we're going to get my subs," but then you got to start all over again, and so many people are starting all over again, and some people are doing well there, and some people are not. But I feel that maybe it's not the right thing for me, and I'm going to concentrate more on the TikTok. So that's what I'm doing.
When you stream, do you stream on one platform, or are you restreaming on multiple?
I've tried Restream, and I don't like it. I don't like Restream because I feel that if you're talking to someone and they're on YouTube or Trovo or something, and you're having a conversation with that person in the chat, then the other people who are on like Twitch or Kick don't really understand who you're talking to because they can't see it, So you're sort of like talking to a select group of people about something, and they might miss out on something and feel left out. So when I'm in a channel, I want to give 100% to the people in TikTok. I want to concentrate on those people there because I feel that Restream has its pros and cons, and I feel that's one of the cons of it. Yes, you can stream on multiple platforms, but you're also separating your audience, and you want to get more people coming in. Okay, look at your channels and see which one's doing really well for you. Okay, YouTube's doing really well for me. Okay, well, I'm going to concentrate on that, and I'm going to use other outlets to draw them in, and that's what I'm doing. So, and it seems to be working.
Can have its benefits. So right now, we're on 8 platforms, but this platform StreamYards is really good that it brings all the chats into one. So it feels like it's just one chat, but we're on 2 different Facebook pages. We're on 2 Twitch accounts, 2 X accounts, and 2 different YouTube channels where someone just commented from Twitch, someone just commented from YouTube, and we can see it all here so you don't miss it. But yeah, I have streamed on multiple platforms before, and conversations are hard to keep up when
having
them with each other, and it's going 2 different ways, and someone's confused and different. I was like,
that's why.
I know what
you're saying. That's why. But that's just my personal preference. This is just my opinion on it. All right, because everyone's gonna have different opinions. Well, I like using Restream. Well, then use it. If it's working for you, use it. But that's just my personal preference, and I think that's what we need to understand is like people that have an opinion, people that have preferences, and we can move on. I don't want to say I'm triggered. He said not to use Restream. I can't watch this stream anymore. But you can, use whatever what's working for you. Hey, if it's working for you, use it. But that's just my personal preference.
And I think that's the most important point. You do whatever's best for you. Like I recommend to people when they first start streaming is to restream because you don't know what platform you're going to do best at. You might be the best the biggest Kick streamer in the world, but if you don't start streaming on Kick, you'll never find out. So start streaming everywhere. And eventually you're going to have one platform that does a little bit better than the rest of them, and then maybe focus on that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, pick something, see how it goes. If it doesn't, and also do another thing. I find this thing, oh man, I've been doing this thing for about 2 months. It's not working. Okay,
It
have you
takes
tried doing
years
something?
sometimes,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah. I know,
That's
but
another
also,
thing.
yeah, exactly. But what you also need to do is mix it up your content too. Like if you're doing the same thing day in, day out, and you're seeing the same result day in, day out, then you need to change something. But there's another thing I also said to other people. I said, like, watch 5-10 minutes of your stream. And if you can't watch any more than that, then how do you expect other people to watch it? You know? Make
Yeah.
sure your audio quality is good. Make sure you're interactive enough. Interaction is the number one winner of a stream. Like if I'm watching a stream and the guy's being too sweaty or is just ignoring the chat, I'm usually out of there. You know, if he wants to just play games, okay, play games and turn the stream off because that's just not my thing. You know, I mean, I want to watch gameplay, but I also want to see interaction. So that's my thing. So look what look what's working and see what other people are doing. I mean, just be smart about it.
You're actually spot on there. When I go on Twitch as a viewer, I want to talk to the streamer. So I'm not going to click on someone with 100 viewers. I'm going to click on someone with between 2 and 15 viewers because I know they're going to talk to me back.
Yeah.
And if they don't talk to me in the first, minute or two, I'm probably going to click out and click on someone else.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you got to be interactive. You got to watch that chat, and also you got to have good moderators who actually interact with the chat as well, saying, "Hey, welcome in." Like if there's new people, first timers, and regulars, get your mods to do their job and not be. I think it's some sort of power trip.
Shout out to my mods; they're all amazing.
You got to shout out the mods.
Well, I found that like some of my mods are now my YouTube mods and my Discord mods, and
that's awesome. Yeah.
They're like
Same here. Your mods do an amazing job. They're the number one supporters.
Fixie talks to me. I've got a special chat in my Discord where it's pretty much just me and Banffy talking now. So if there's any football fans out there, we have our own little chat that only 2 of us are in at the moment.
No, that's one of the things I hate about streaming my VR2 headset is I can't like interact with chat very well. So.
Oh, you did VR streaming like with VR games and stuff? Oh my god, that was a nightmare. I did that.
It was fine on PSVR 1. You can see your chat in the headset, but PSVR 2 for some reason you can't see the chat in the headset right now. Or maybe
okay.
And that's hopefully we'll fix it. But right now, like I guess the only thing you can do is text to audio, which is functional, but you're asking for it if you're online. If you let that happen, you're playing a game while someone just starts saying whatever they want, and it's like okay, and I'm like in the VR headsets. Yeah, so
I did a bit of VR gaming, and I got the PS4 VR thing, and I feel it was more of a novelty, and I also got a bit of a headache, so not for me.
Well, there's a lot of people who straight up like the physical thing. They like you say get headaches or they get motion sickness or they get dizzy. So there's like a huge part of people who just can't play it for that reason. And then it wasn't fleshed out. It like you said, it was more like I wouldn't say it's total novelty, but it's more like it's just at the beginning stages. But there's some great games on PSVR 1. Don't get me wrong. And but the technologies. I feel like it's never gonna blow up until the headset itself is like really lightweight, like until it's like a pair of glasses.
Like a pair of glasses,
yeah. And it's wireless.
When it's like that, and
and
it's like and not all attached to you. You know what? This is
it's a little absurd.
Remember the first VR thing that you had at the mall, and they had those big, huge display centers where they had the VR. And had this massive, and you had like I actually did that. Like I was with my brother, and we went to the mall, and they had this massive VR thing, and they put it on your head, and the cable was running to it, and you're like walking upstairs, and there's a pterodactyl flying at you, and all this sort of crazy shit. And we're like, oh my god! And the graphics were super shit back then, but we thought it was like legit. Oh my god, this is way in the future. But that was some crazy crap back then. We were watching people nearly trip over themselves back then. And this was in the 90s, in the mid 90s.
Good Aqua says, I'm waiting for the Virtual Boy experience on the VR headset.
But
You've come a long way since the Virtual Boy, where you'd actually be in pain from playing.
Yeah.
Hey, PS2FatBoy, what are you streaming at the moment? What games have you been playing?
Actually, funny question. I just started streaming the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Xbox. and it's been a lot of fun. It's been really fun.
I've been
It's a
watching
good
people
game.
play it. Looks scary as
Really,
hell, man.
it's really you know what I'm really I'm really admired by is the attention to detail. And like to me, like these guys did their research. They must have watched those movies 100 effing times because the map looks just same legit as the house, the areas from the films. The character design is done really well. Just the whole vibe too. Like and I said this the other day, and I didn't mean to trigger any Dead by Daylight fans out there, but in a way, maybe I did. The whole because the dev team said we're making this game to be fun to play with friends. You know, we're trying to replicate the horror experience. You're watching a horror movie, right? You're going to have an overpowered killer who's going to chase after you, and you're going to use your wits to get away from the killer. That's the whole premise of a horror movie. So they're trying to replicate that into a horror game. So now with Dead by Daylight, the killers need to be more balanced and blah 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 blah. It's a horror game. It's not supposed to be like that. You can't be one-on-one with Jason in real life. Jason would hack you in a million pieces. Same thing with Leatherface, you know. So that's what they're trying to recreate. So when I was streaming it, people saying, "Oh, is it like Dead by Daylight?" I said, "No, it's actually fun. You know, you're at a disadvantage." And when we said there was 3 killers to 4 victims, oh, that's unfair. I said, but have you watched the movies? Like, usually Leatherface is not by himself. He's got his family with him. So they're trying to recreate that experience of the Texas
You're supposed
Chainsaw
to
Massacre.
be vulnerable in a horror
Yeah,
game.
exactly. You're
You're supposed to be underpowered. Like if you're not, that's not a horror game. You're playing an action game.
Yeah, if you want competitive stuff, you then play Call of Duty or something like that, you know, if you want one-on-one. But that's what I'm saying. People don't seem to understand that. They always want to have that advantage. But that's the whole idea of a horror game. We're trying to replicate the horror experience.
Old horror games, like real horror games, the entire game, you're like, I have 1 bullet and no health.
Or this Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil, 3 bullets, 10 friggin' zombies.
Yeah, if you
and now you got Resident Evil, you got 100 fucking bullets to shoot all the zombies.
Yeah, no, I just played through 4 and I was like, this is fun, but this is not.
Oh, 4 was great. Like the graphics, it was really good. I must admit, it was really good. But geez, I felt like I could, you know.
Well, it's scary.
It's a lot of fun.
But that whole feeling of anxiety from a good horror game comes from you being underpowered. So, and I'll be honest with you, man, that hearing that chainsaw, that is freaking scary, dude. I'm like, it really is. Those so horror movies, most of them, I don't feel like most horror movies are scary. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's scary, dude, because that's slightly based on a true story. Probably just some family killed people.
Oh, it's loosely based on Ed Gein.
Yeah, which there's nothing to do with. Yeah, that's no. Ed Gein was a sicko, but he didn't have no.
Yeah, he was definitely a whack. Yeah, he didn't have the family, but
he did make people into lamps and stuff like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
How are you finding the online experience on that game? I've heard.
It's a bit of a mixed bag because like they have crossplay on Xbox Series XS, PS5, and PC, but there's no crossplay on Xbox One or PS4. So people are trying to join me, going, "I can't join you." And so what happens is they're on previous gens, so they can't join. So I got to explain to them about that. But what happens is you create a lobby, and then you'll have a local passcode, and you put it in your chat so people can join. And most times people can join, but then every now and then they've had issues where the passcode might be an extra letter, and it's supposed to be only 6 letters instead of 7. And there's a bit buggy on day one, definitely. But they're fleshing it out, and it's been a lot better. But I don't feel that it's like really laggy as much because some people say, "Oh, it's terribly lagged," and it's like it's not even that bad, dude. I've been playing. The only one time it was laggy is like the guy was climbing up the ladder and then he was just floating, and I couldn't go past the ladder and Leatherface underneath me trying to hack my ass off. And I was like, "Get up the ladder!" And he's like floating there like this. I was like, "Get up the ladder!"
That's what I mean about the anxiety.
That's scary. Yeah.
No, you want to see anxiety? There's a TikTok video of mine. I'm opening the door, and then Leatherface just zoomed down the stairs and hacked me to pieces. That scared the legit crap out of me. I didn't expect it because he must have been waiting on the stairs and just started his lawnmowers up as he heard the door open. So I slid the door open. The door makes a god-awful noise, and he just went down those stairs like Usain Bolt and just went, "Ah!" And I went, "Ah!" I legit shit myself. And then I was watching my friend get chased by Leatherface, and he slams the door into his face and jumped into the well and killed himself. Honestly, it's really a good fun experience. If you're playing with friends and you don't want to be competitive and you want to just have fun, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a good night out. It's really fun.
Joe was just talking to me about it last night, so I might have to pick it up as well. It sounds like a good.
Well, like I said, if you got Game Pass, you can download it for free. It's on Game Pass. It's pretty good.
No, we're just a PlayStation Collectors podcast. We're gonna have to buy that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Basically, I'm seriously. My problem. I would already own it. I'm just debating on whether I buy the PS5 version or the PS4 version.
Get the PS4 version because it's cross-play with Xbox Series X, S, and PC, and nice. You got that nice, beautiful, upgradable graphics.
You know, I might get the Game Pass version. That sounds like a good option.
Well, for the free option, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, well, you know, you save yourself $50.
No, I'm gonna get.
Yeah, well, I'm wanting to play Football Manager again, and it's free on Game Pass. So
I've never played a Football Manager game, and I never will.
It's not
does not appeal to me. Hey, I'm going to play a football game, but I'm going to be the manager.
Well, I play FIFA games, and I realize I play FIFA like Football Manager, where I just simulate the games and try and get my squad really good. I'm like, I should just.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that sounds like too much hard work for me. I need my.
I want to learn the game. The first time I tried it, I played it for 20 minutes and didn't enjoy it. So it's one of those things that you need to know how to play to enjoy it, which kind of sounds funny, but like there's a lot of games that have really high, learning curves that you have to get into. Especially like a lot of RTS and strategy type games have got really high learning curves just to get into the game, but once you do, it's really enjoyable, so it's worth putting in those 15-20 hours.
Whatever games you like playing, play them. Like if people don't understand them, who cares? That's your thing,
So that was one of the things I was going to say when you were talking about not being nervous and streaming on Twitch and getting into that, is like play stuff that you know and you enjoy and you have fun playing. So don't play games that you think are going to be popular. Play games you have fun playing, because that'll come off in the experience.
Definitely, wholeheartedly.
And like when it comes down to Twitch, like my opinion, it's like you're either there's three things you can get. You can make it on super skill, like you could be, if you're a god at something, like if you're can get perfect Guitar Hero scores, or you're ranked 10th in the world, it's whatever. If you're like an amazing anything, that's a good place to do. Number two is you could be really entertaining. Like you have a great personality, you're really funny, and you interact with the chat, all that element you guys were talking about, like the charm and being present and being entertaining and all that stuff.
Having extra overlays that you put effort into, and like going out of an effort,
and having games and having quizzes and doing giveaways and doing promotion and like all that stuff, like that second piece of it, like the marketing yourself part of it, like you said, PS5. If you can't watch your own stream, if you don't think you're entertaining, if you'd be bored and you wouldn't watch it, why would you expect someone else to? Like you have to like do something,
Exactly.
And then, 3 again, if you have nice boobs, that's very important. If you do, that's you can blow up.
I did an ASMR stream.
It's so not fair, but it's just so true. Like I love all those memes where it's like guy streaming and it's like a giant screen with a game and a little picture of a dude. Girl streaming, giant screen of a girl's tits and this little game in the corner. Like it's like that's the truth. It's so ridiculous.
What is this? See, this is something I am trying to bring
not
back
all girl gamers, by the way.
No, of course not.
Of
course
not.
This is just I don't consider them
stereotype. I guess
I don't consider them girl gamers. I consider the ASMR. If you go to the ASMR streams, 99.9% is just cleavage and that crap.
Which I just don't understand either. Too, if you're here to watch that, why are you on Twitch? Like, no offense, go to a real adult website. I don't understand. That's the part that I hate ever got. Why do you pay all this money and simp for these women who aren't even showing the goods? You're not even getting it. Like, and they're like, well, you can interact with them. I'm like, I've heard there's places you can do that as well.
So to add to the other side of what you were talking about, there's a lot of girls
it makes no sense, guys. Whoever's doing that, you guys are just lunatics. I hope you know that. Lunatics. Crazy.
I don't think that's it. I think some of course it is, but I think a lot of people out there are lonely and they're looking for interaction as well. I mean, we can laugh about it. There's a lot of lonely people out there and who have really low self-esteem about themselves. And then when they do subscribe to someone and they get noticed, that becomes a drug too. You know, like when you get noticed by a pretty lady, but it's true. I know a lot of people who are very lonely out there, and then they do that, and then they feel like, oh, she's noticed me. Of course, she noticed you. You gave her 10 subs, but
gave her
that's the problem,
$1,000.
though. You gave her $1,000, but I think that's really sad. I think it's really sad that people feel that they have to give people money to acknowledge their own existence.
That's really weird.
It's really sad, but it's just the way it is. There's a lot of people out there who have no talking skills, don't know how to talk to people, and the only way they interact with people is through online. And they talk to these people, and they are nice to them because they're giving them money, and then they get that adrenaline rush that a nice girl or a pretty person who's given them money acknowledge them because they have the money.
Well, I think that's ridiculous, but also if you guys give me money, I'll be nice to you.
I mean, I'll be nice to anyone. Like, I'll show you my butthole if you give me $1,000. I mean, let's go.
I'll show you.
I'll even shave my butthole for you for $1,000.
If you want to see it, that's your own problem.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, on the funny side, we can laugh about it, but there's also I feel that there is a darker side to it. Like, there's people out there who are genuinely legit. But there's also creeps.
Yeah, well,
I want to talk about the other side of it. There's I've been in the streaming community for a long time, and I have a lot of friends that are streamers, and a lot of friends that are girl streamers who didn't try and go down the road of showing their boobs. And unfortunately, a lot of the viewers in there still expect, oh, she's a girl, well, I'm going to act like her boyfriend. And like, they have a lot of trouble in dealing with, oh, is this dude my friend, or is he trying to hit on me? Like, and it's the other side that male streamers don't really cop. But like, I've seen a lot of friends that just got turned off streaming.
I have the same problem with this guy, Fuji Subo. You ever heard of him?
No.
I'm just like, can't tell. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, he keeps sending me notes.
I think it's what's in my pants. Never mind. Sorry, Andy. I don't know why I'm.
I'm gonna unlock I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna unlock the door. The door.
Right, man.
All right, go for it.
The missus is back. I locked her out.
You take the stream seriously.
Been out there for an hour. When he gets back, we'll get into the quiz, Joe.
Come back with a black eye. I'm sorry. No, I'm just
Forrest brings up a good point. Streaming should be about the passion you have. Yeah, and like, don't stream if you're not in a good mood. I've streamed in a good mood. It's some of the worst streams I've ever had. And you stream when you're in a good mood, and you're gonna have a great time.
That's what I mean about pick some content, play something you enjoy that you're passionate about. You have fun. Like, I don't care if it's a freaking random PS2 game. Do it, play it if that's what you want to play. Yeah, if you're like, I love this game, that's what I want to do. Like, I don't know. Don't be another generic person changing trends. Like, I just don't think that works. If you're one of a million people playing Call of Duty, one of a million people playing Apex, one of a million people doing that,
Nope. Guys, it is time to play. Let's get into it.
What are we playing?
Figsy's
Jeopardy.
Quiz.
Oh, I thought we was playing Jeopardy.
It's a little bit like Jeopardy sometimes. So we have a little bit of extra questions tonight. I don't know if you're going to join us for the quiz or not, Andy. But I do have 12 questions. So if Andy doesn't join us, I'll just hit you 6 questions each.
Hell yeah, we get the super extended round, bro.
Okay, 6 questions.
You're our guest tonight. Would you like to go first or second?
Yeah, let's go. Throw me into the Iron Maiden.
I like the enthusiasm.
All right, sounds good. So before we start, the quiz is just for our guest. The quiz is for chat as well. So I have a quick update for you guys on chat scores.
No cheating, you chats. All right,
so
no cheating.
Now, chat scores. We have Windy Corner TV on 1 point. Jimmy J's got 1 point. Jason Trickster's got 1 point. Cyrus has got 1 point. Banffy's got 1 point. And Lulu Girl's got 1 point as well. First person from chat to get to 5 points will win themselves a video game shipped anywhere in the world. So this is for chat, guys. We can't give them a clue, but this is chat's question for the week. So we need the full title to get a point. First person.
Do do I have to answer this as well? Or is this for chat?
No,
Sorry.
this
You
is
can
just
help
for
them
chat.
out, but you can't answer. This is just for
Okay.
chat.
Yeah,
So
screw
here's
chat.
chat's question for the night. So we're looking for the video game from the 5 photos. I will keep bringing up the photo during the quiz, but first person to get this one correctly will get themselves a point. And I can confirm I got given this question and I had the answer within 30 seconds. So good luck.
I would-
All right, we'll get into our quiz, guys. So the way this is going to work is each question is going to be worth 1 point. PS2FatBoy, you're going to go first. If you get the question wrong, the question will go over to Joe for the chance to steal a point, and then
Joe,
vice versa when Joe
bitch.
goes first.
Okay.
So question number 1, PS2FatBoy, this one's for you.
Go easy on me.
Which Final Fantasy IX character has another name in some European countries localized? It was done to avoid misplaced associations between the character and a real famous person. Was it Vivi Orinter, Armance Coral, Adalbert Steiner, or Zidane Tribal?
Wow, I wouldn't have a clue because I don't follow Final Fantasy anymore. So I'm gonna go Vivi, maybe. I'm probably way off.
Vivi was incorrect, Joe.
Damn it!
I'm gonna go with Adalbert Steiner.
Also incorrect. So the key here was working out who the famous person was. So the famous person was Zinedine Zidane. So they took out Zidane Tribal because in Europe Zinedine Zidane's quite famous. All right, question 2. Joe, this one's for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is the official age of Sonic the Hedgehog? Is it 13, 14, 15, or 16?
How old is he? Like the character? How old is he supposed to be? For real?
Yeah. Hey, Andy.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Hello,
Yeah.
Andy.
I will say 13. I have no idea.
Incorrect. PS2FatBoy?
I'm gonna go 16. That sounds like a safe age.
So Sonic is actually 15, guys.
Damn you, Sonic, to hell!
Andy, are you going to join us for the quiz? We've got questions for you. All right,
Yep,
so
yep.
Andy's going to join
Hello,
us.
Andy.
G'day.
So
So we'll get into question number 3. Andy, this one's for you.
Yep.
Which video game character doesn't have an educational game for kids? Sonic, Mario, Rayman, or Kirby?
I'm gonna say Raymond because it's not really that popular.
Incorrect.
Oh
Yes,
shit!
Fat Boy for the steal.
Kirby.
Kirby is correct.
Yes! In your face!
So Sonic, Mario, and Rayman.
I am the
all got
smartest man
education.
alive!
Fuck you, Pavel.
So, guys, at the end of round 1, I will have a quick score update. Andy and Joe have yet to score, and PS2FatBoy's got himself an
Flex. Oh, shit myself.
However, before we move on to round 2, I can confirm that Chad have got the correct answer, and today's winner goes to Mario, who correctly answered Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City, and that was a tough one. Let's pull up the answer here.
Nice one, Mario.
Yeah, good job, Mario. You take this week's point, and 4 more, and you're winning yourselves the game. So it was Michael Scott. We had the flag of Jordan, Chaos, a windy tree, and then City. That was tough, guys.
Yeah.
That was good. I never even played that game, and it looks like I didn't miss anything.
All right, let's move on to round 2. PS2FatBoy, this one's for you, man.
Oh, thank you so much.
What is the name of this video game character?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Incorrect.
I thought so. I thought it'd go wing it. I haven't
All
got
right.
it.
All right, Joe.
Is he from Monkey Island? I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm thinking.
I think so.
I'm gonna say Firebeard.
Firebeard. I love it.
Wasn't Firebeard, Andy?
I'm a Monkey Island fan. I'm gonna say that's LeChuck.
Correct answer is
Oh,
Lee Chuck. Andy gets
Yeah.
it.
Andy, You
I'm
thieving
a point and
bugger.
click. I'm a point and click whore. What can I say?
I knew
question
I
one.
knew who it was. I just forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
He looks
way in
familiar,
hell
but
I'm
he looks
remembering
familiar.
his
He
name,
looks
dude.
familiar, but,
Joe, this one's for you. In this sport, men
Mhm.
shave their legs before competition. Name that sport or any of the 6 PS3
fuck?
games that are
Gee, I
dedicated
guess
to
so.
this sport.
So
I usually shave my leg for OnlyFans, but I don't know about
they
it.
shave their legs to play this sport.
There's 6 of these titles on PS3.
How many?
6.
And where is this game played? What was the whole question? I'm sorry. One more time. I'm sorry.
In this sport, men shave their legs before competition. Name that sport or any of the 6 PS3 games dedicated to this sport.
You should be able to get this, Joe. It's pretty well known.
Wrestling?
No.
Incorrect. Andy
Fucking
for the
no,
still?
dude. I don't
It's
shave my
swimming.
legs.
Incorrect, Andy.
No, it's swimming. It's fucking swimming.
PS2FatBoy for the still?
Oh, bullshit.
Not swimming and it's not wrestling.
Is it lacrosse?
Not lacrosse. So the key is thinking of what are the 6 PS3 games? Because swimming is right, but there's not 6 PS3 games.
Oh,
However, there
diving?
are
Is it diving?
6
Cyber-
cycling games on PS3.
Cycling?
Fuck
So
off.
we're looking for either Tour de France or Cyberbike.
Wow, you just made cycling sound even lamer than I thought it was.
Yeah. I mean, they got to wear that. You got to wear
I'm just letting
dumbest
you know.
clothes and then shave your legs.
You also have to put
How can you
nair on
be
your
masculine?
balls.
Yeah,
And
Figsy,
then,
Also,
also, did you know that they all tuck before they race for extra aerodynamic activity? Did you know that? Like, come on, dudes.
Hey, Figsy, do you end up taking that black to the bin?
I can't.
The dump?
Yeah, I just threw it out.
Wow. Fucking hell. I can't believe that. Game
I don't think it was working anymore. It had water damage and stuff and corrosion. And it wasn't worth it. I had it for sale for $15, you know. All right, moving on to question 6. This one is for Andy. No, this one's for Joe, sorry.
Joe, you got this.
No, I said wrestling.
That
last question was for me.
Yeah, this one's for Andy. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
All right, Andy. Rash, Zits, and Pimple are the main characters of which video game series? Rash, Zits, and Pimple.
That sounds.
Dude,
is
I
for
know
Andy.
this. Oh,
Can I Google this?
Is it Sly Cooper?
Incorrect. Good answer, though. PS2FatBoy for the steal.
What's the game? Is it Jack and Daxter?
Oh, not Jack and Daxter, Joe.
Did you
Damn.
say it's the 3 villains or the 3 main characters?
Rash, Zits, and Pimple are the main characters of that video game series.
Oh shit, main character. Sorry, I was way off.
Rash, Zits, and Pimples. There's 3 of them, and they're the main characters.
It's a game called Puberty.
Oh, I thought it was like Personal Hygiene, the video game.
Ah, man, there's 3 of them, and they're the main characters. Ah, God, it's gonna be some stupid shit like Booger Man or something. They're the main characters. Like, I don't know any games with the main characters with that name. Rash, Zits, and Pimples. Fuck. Dude, I don't know. I really don't. I'm gonna say freaking Conker's Bad Fur Day. I have no idea, man.
So you're all gonna be like, oh, because the answer was Battletoads.
Yeah, so I knew
what?
that's it. I did know this. That's pissing me off. Like I knew that.
Got a collective.
It was in my brain somewhere for sure.
I'm pretty sure Pavel dropped a hint to that because he posted like a Battletoads meme thing in the group chat earlier on today. So like
he either did or he made the question after he posted that.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez.
All right, guys. At the end of round 2, Joe's yet to score. Andy and PS2FatBoy are both out on 1 point. Anyone?
Joe, you suck.
That's true.
Joe is the champion at the moment, guys. So
Well, I suck then.
All right, let's move on to round 3. Question 7. PS2FatBoy. This one's for you. What video game character is erased from this image?
Oh, seen this image. Oh my god. Lara Croft.
Correct answer was Lara Croft.
Yes, mother hunter. Let's go.
Those are some nice titties, by the way.
So what is
All
that
right,
image
question
from?
8.
What is that image?
That's a parody of someone doing a cosplay of the PS1 meme. Where
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they did the poly thing. Got it.
Blocked
It was
titties.
very
Right,
well
Joe?
done. I'm amazed I got that. I was like, pressure.
Who's
I'm
the
going
other
to show
guy
you a
with Lara?
photo of a couple of
Alright.
people parodying
Mm.
something, and you have to tell me what device they're parodying.
Parodying?
A parody. You know what that is?
Oh, like what they're making fun of?
Like they're trying to
Um,
make something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Nokia N-Gage.
They're trying to make fun of the Nokia N-Gage.
Just so you know, that was that guy was holding the Atari XE I was talking about. Remember, I said, "Can we go back to that picture for a second?" See that one bottom left? That was the
Yeah.
thing I told my brother to buy on Marketplace. That freaking thing right there. That's so funny. That is the exact model. That one with the blue. We had the disc drive growing up.
Was that
Oh,
Engage
man.
any good? Was that like that was short lived? Wasn't it? That kind of shit.
Yeah. It didn't survive. It wasn't that good.
For its time, I guess.
God, back in the day, we had so many consoles. There were more consoles than video games.
I think it was kind of like around the PSP 1 or PSP 1000 era, and like the PSP had way better graphics than that Engage thing would have ever had. Like it just
Yeah.
And the controls and
And then we
Mobile
got phones
gaming.
with the App Store and
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was before its time, really. You know.
Yeah.
All right, question 9, Andy. This one's for you.
Mm-hmm.
What collector's edition came with this baby pod?
What the fuck? Abortion Simulator 3000.
Wasn't Abortion Simulator 3000? PS2FatBoy, do you know the answer?
No Man Standing. Is that the one with Daryl Dixon?
Oh, that makes sense.
Not No Man's Standing.
Oh, that's a good
Oh
guess.
no, isn't that the one? Is that what it's called? What's
I
it
think
it's
it
not
called?
what it's called.
The post. He's a postie.
Yeah, you don't got the name.
You got the wrong
I
title.
think you're
I
close.
need the
I
name.
think you're close.
You can stop. All right, you know what?
Yeah, that's all right. I fucked up the title. You go for it, man.
If you remember it, you can answer it, but I need the title.
Yeah. It's got Daryl Dixon. It's Guillermo del Toro's in the game. It's
Yeah.
that one. He's
Yeah.
a postie. What the fuck is the title? Help me, people!
I think you should just get it. Like he knows the game.
Yeah, I know the game. I just can't remember the title. Oh, there was No Man's. Oh, something. Oh, fuck me sideways and call me Zuden. All right, I give up.
What's it called, Joe?
Yeah, it's Death Stranding.
Death Stand. Fucking death shit. No man. Where did I get No Man Standing? God,
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky was coming in there.
Oh my god, I need to quit already.
All right, guys, at the end of round 3, Joe has crawled his way back to the lead. Joe and PS2FatBoy both got 2 points.
Oh my
And
god.
Andy's got 1 point. Let's move on to the final round. It's anyone's game.
Damn it.
Question 11. So this final round is going to be like chat's questions. I'm going to show you guys some photos, and you have to work out the video game from these photos. So question 10 is for Joe.
No, this should be for Pet Boy.
Oh, sorry, this is for Fat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this one for me?
This one's for you,
Yeah.
man.
So this is what's the question? Sorry, I was not
So-
paying attention.
Tell me the name of the video game from these photos.
Hell's Angels beat up rats who ate their Mars bars. The video game.
I get it now. Mhm.
You actually almost named it there.
He almost did. He got it close.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's relatively easy.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's okay. Is it Mars bar the game?
All right, Joe, for the steal.
Ah, Biker Mice from Mars.
Oh!
I'll give you that.
Okay.
Like
I'll
a
give it
mice
to him.
from
I'll
Mars.
give it to him.
That
There you
was good. All right,
go.
Joe.
I
here's
remember
yours.
that game. I had a little flash
It's
there.
fucking
That is a
good,
that is a
hey?
good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it was not bad. And the cartoon was so dope.
Yeah.
What you got for me?
Right, guess the game from the photos.
What is that third picture? Oh, okay. Hold on. Something. What's the first? I got everything except the first word. Oh shit! It's. Fuck. What's the first word? What's that first picture? So what is the first picture trying to indicate me? Like that sign is covered.
You have
That
to work
top
out what
word.
the question mark is. What's on the question mark?
Oh god. Shit, I don't want to say it because I know 3 out of 4 and I don't want to give it to the other ones. You know what I mean? Like I know it, but I don't know that first one. Huh?
You can just straight pass if you don't want to give any clues out.
No, because then I'll lose. I'll lose the
I
game.
like it how Fat Boys was easy as fuck and yours is just ridiculous.
Hey, I'm the guest. You got to make it go easy on me. It's my first time here. Is it Cheers, the video game?
Something bed and breakfast. Fuck it, I'll pass.
All right, Andy.
I can't figure out
Fuck
the
you,
first.
Joe. Just why don't you give me a hint?
I'm not giving you shit.
I've got fucking zero ideas of what the fuck this is. Bed and breakfast, weighted Roman Among Us. Like I don't get it fucking at all.
I would play
I'm gonna
that
pass
game.
and I'm gonna let Fat Boy have a go at it.
All right, Fat Boy, what is it?
Okay, it is it Cook Off or some shit like that?
Not Cook Off. Joe, you don't know it?
No, dude, it's like something Justice on Gods Among Us, but I can't remember the first.
So what
part,
game
dude.
is
Injustice.
Injustice.
Is it just Injustice? It's just in.
No,
You fucking
Ah,
suck, dude.
what?
Because I thought
That
that
is-
I
that
thought
is
that I
brutal.
thought Injustice was the second word,
Yeah.
and I thought there was a whole other word before the title that I didn't know about. Like it
That
was
was
like
pretty
Marvel Injustice, Gods or DC Injustice or something like. I didn't know. That's bullshit. I should have
By
just
the way,
said
that's
it.
a. By the way,
said it, Joe.
that's a good game.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
had
good
no
game. By the
idea.
way, I like that one.
That's annoying. Well, I didn't know is Injustice is this
Yeah, I
one
thought it was
word.
bed and breakfast.
Dude.
That bed and
It's
breakfast
like,
threw me off.
ugh.
You're a prick, Figsy.
Hey, I didn't make the quiz. I'm just
Who made that one? Who made it? Who made it?
Pavel or Silver? I think Silver makes these ones.
Okay, he needs a good punch in the throat.
Yeah.
I knew. That's annoying.
All right, final question, Andy. This one's for you.
Go, Andy, go. You got this, bro.
Oh. Google Drive. Google Drive. Fucking fucker.
I reckon you got this one.
There's no time limit, is there?
Reasonable.
Today
Okay,
there is.
Oh.
4-hour podcast. It's 2.5 hours of Andy thinking.
It's just me sitting fucking.
You got it yet? No.
Dropbox, Saturn, Drive. Drive Team, Google Team, cloud storage, racing. Nah, fuck it, I pass. I don't get that at all.
Do you know this one, Fat Boy?
Is it Sonic Kart Racing?
Not Sonic Kart Racing. Joe?
Is it Sega? Sega Kart Racing?
No, not Sega Kart Racing either.
Okay. Well, fuck my idea then.
Yeah.
Because that's where I was going. Because I thought, okay, Sega Sonic Racing.
Joe, for the still?
God, I'm trying to think of the Sonic games on Saturn, dude. The hell is that game?
But what's the first thing like?
Yeah, it's Google or it's Drive or
It's
it's
the Google Drive logo. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking it's like. I just wish I could. Drive. What's that? What is the something line? Drive something lines. Drive team lines. Drive. But I don't know if this is a game. Sonic lanes.
I think
Lane?
I think I know what it is. Anyway.
Lines, dual lines, strip, maybe. Dude, I don't know, man. I'm gonna lose the game, man.
I'm gonna reveal the answer, guys.
And go for it.
You're pretty close, Joe. It was
Driver parallel lines.
Driver
Fuck.
parallel lines.
Oh, what?
Yeah. See, this splitting the words up into
Yeah.
two pictures is destroying me.
Physics
it
at
threw
line.
me off.
It's really killing me.
Well, that's what
But
threw me off because I was.
I
thinking
might have
Sonic.
got it if I knew that was an R, but even then, I wouldn't have known that parallel lines.
Chat got every single one of those, so people
Yeah.
in chat absolutely killed it there.
Stuff you, chat.
Yeah.
Stuff you to
And I
hell.
can confirm on his first
No,
time.
PS2 wins.
PS2FatBoy win.
Oh
Congratulations.
my god, really? Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank God, my mom, and
There are
me
no prizes.
for this award. What? Okay, I'm out of here.
Only chat win prizes.
But that's okay.
I'm out, guys. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
that
later, buddy.
was a lot of fun. The quiz, that was great.
So,
Yeah,
guys,
that's
the
good stuff.
title of our stream this week is Starfield's broken its release day. There's copies of Starfield in the world, and they came out last week. So I can confirm that I know at least one guy was selling multiple copies. One of the viewers sent me this screenshot. And,
Wow.
Like he's got collector's editions, and he's selling them for like $200 a pop. And these are all sold listings, by the way. And then I got told that this guy's actually facing like criminal charges, like serious, like $10,000 charges on like Grand Theft Auto and selling these early and things like that. So it's
How did he have access to them?
well, I'm assuming he would have been an employee of one of the companies that was delivering them, or Bethesda, or maybe in Xbox or something. But obviously, he was in the know and in the production line of handling things early, and he's noticed, I can make some money here, and he's taken that opportunity. I haven't heard anything about the game yet, about like people playing it, reviewing it, but I know
probably
going to be a
hush about that.
Anyone who reviews it right now will be an embargo, and they'll be
I'm not going to trust a review until someone's all right. I've played this game for 300 hours. Here's my review. Because
so I mean, does it have for an online experience? Can you even play that offline?
No, it's a single player experience. The game is basically
you don't have to be online at all to play it.
No, I don't think so. Basic single player, and it's basically Fallout in space.
Okay,
that's how I see it. Anyway.
Awesome. I bet that's going to be dope.
Sounds awesome, right? Yeah.
No, I remember a long time ago. I used to work at a gas station, and this dude came in and he's like, "Hey, man, I got these games. I got Gears. I think it was Gears of War 3 or 4. I don't remember. It was one of the Gears games, and he had it like 3 weeks before it released." And I'm like, huh? This is just a random customer. This dude just came in like, "Yo, man, you want games?" And I'm like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, like an overcoat. No, but his overcoat. He wanted
pretty much. And I went out to his car, and he opened up his trunk, and he had like hundreds of copies of this Gears game. And he's just like, "Just don't go online. Don't go online. They'll probably screw with you or ban you or something because you're not supposed to have the game yet." And I was just like, "Okay, whatever." So I got to play Gears for 2 weeks before it came out or something.
Oh, Gears is so good.
I
Yeah.
was not touching a comment from chat. Sarah said that also mentioned I got a cease and desist from Sony because of Uncharted 3 limited edition that I got from a flea market in Prague 3 to 4 weeks before its release. That's really interesting.
Yeah. I think I've had similar troubles because I remember I bought a game a while back and they actually had copies a day or two beforehand, and I couldn't go online. I could play it, mess around with the game, but there's no online capabilities or something. So you can mess around with it, show it off. But I think they technically should be given out like that. But hey, look, Starfield, I think, is definitely going to be. It's one of the most hyped up games of the year. It's definitely, hopefully, is good. If not, and I think it has to be better than good. It has to be great because Xbox needs a win this year. I mean, Redfall was an absolute shit show. That game, I played that game on day of release. We streamed it, and we just like, there's nothing to do here. So it's a buggy mess. And from such a well-known publisher, and Xbox, you think it would be a no-win, but it was just like an absolute fiasco. And so Starfield needs to absolutely be hitting kicking goals. It needs to kick goals, and so does Bethesda. Like, I mean, when Fallout 76 came out, I remember playing that, and I was like, "There's supposed to be this new online experience of the Fallout universe," and we're all excited, and there was nothing to do, nothing, absolutely nothing to do, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, what is this garbage you're doing? It's an empty world to nothing to do, no NPCs to interact, nothing to do, just walk around looking for something to do." We don't pay top dollar for that crap. That is garbage. And I'm sick. This is one of the things where I'm so tired of the AAA experience because we're not getting the AAA experience. We're getting a -C experience, a D experience.
Oh.
We're paying top dollar for games that are unfinished, buggy. And I understand the release and the dev team, all that stuff, but there's like a lack of communication and there's so many people in charge being moved or removed because it's the deadlines and stuff like that. And then you have all these troubles like Halo Infinite. Like when that game came out, they were swapping so many top tier people from the top position, and then they had to be refreshed into knowing everything that's going on. That's why there's so many delays in all the DLC and the updates in the game. This is the thing, you got people who are about the business, making money, and you got people who are passionate about the games, and they're just there's no communication. I feel. Lack of communication. We need this out now, but we're not finished yet. Yeah.
I can't on these giant titles where you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people working on these projects. It's really hard to care. You know what I mean? So you have to figure like indie games, a lot of the best indie games are the ones that are made by like 5 people because the people have a vision and they have an idea and they execute that clearly, and it's, you know what I mean, there's no confusion.
They have a goal.
When you have these massive companies with millions of dollars and teams of hundreds of people, there are going to be people on your team who are just dialing it in, there for a paycheck, they don't care. So like you could be the most passionate leader, and if Fred isn't giving a crap because he doesn't care, there's going to be bugs and glitches, and someone's going to come and have to fix Fred's work. So these AAA things, they're like, I can't even say, they're not just like a single, they're like this, they're a product of a company. I don't know how else to put it. They're not like a person's that they made. It's this giant thing that gets created. Like, I don't know. I just imagine it's a mess. Have you ever been in charge of hundreds of people before? I've been in charge of lots of people before, and
I can imagine. Yeah,
it's impossible, dude. It's just no matter what, you're gonna have people who just are useless, dude. Like no matter what, it's unavoidable.
I work with a large group of people, and you're always going to get some no-brainer dumb shit just ready to just throw it. There's a chain in a link. There's always a weak link in the chain.
There are people that their whole lives, all they do is spend time figuring out how to do as little as possible to get away with what they, and that's it. That's their whole goal in life, is to do as little as possible. And I've never understood it because I'm the opposite. I'm like, I have ADHD, and I'm like, I want to do stuff all the time. If I'm at work and I have nothing to do, I complain. I say, I want the day off. I say to my boss, you don't have work for me to do? I got shit to do. I'm going to go clean. I got things to do. I don't want to sit here and just stare at the screen. Like I'm good. Like, so I don't know. I just never understood.
I don't want to sit around and talk all day about how good it is that we don't have anything to do.
And that's why I'm in charge everywhere I go, because I'm always wanting to do stuff. So they're like, keep doing stuff. And eventually they're like, who does all this? Like that guy, he does everything. He never stops working. And so they make me in charge. It's like, so, you guys, it's just maybe some life advice. Don't try to do the minimum all the time. Just try
we
to
have a
work
comment
hard,
here
man.
from Forrest that says, if Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky has taught us anything, that if a game's given time to work out its bugs even long after release, it ends up being a masterpiece. I really hope that we don't have this situation for Starfield. I hope that it's been delayed. I hope it's been delayed for a reason, and they're actually releasing a game that fucking works. It works from day one. There isn't like there might be a little few bugs, like Skyrim had some bugs in it, but it didn't have like Fallout 76 game breaking bugs where it's actually unplayable and it's a bad experience. It should be a $100 experience, that AAA experience from day one, because that's the hype that we're getting for this game.
Yeah.
Like I've heard about this 3 or 4 years ago. Well, if you're going to tell us 3 or 4 years ago, wait when it's released day one, that's where it fucking works, because it's nothing worse than having to download an update day one or having to wait a week for them to patch. Sorry, guys, there's a game-breaking bug. Let's put a statement out apologizing and telling you that we'll fix it. Well, no, that's not good enough today. It's just a cop-out, and you've done this in the past. I don't think they've released a AAA game day one since Fallout 4. That was 2014. That's 9 years ago. They're one of the biggest game companies in the world. And, we've had nothing good for 9 years. So I really hope that this is, I'd go buy an Xbox Series X if it was like the next Skyrim. So please live up to our expectations.
There's a massive expectation because like they're now run by Microsoft, right? So they got to do the right thing to make Xbox look great. They're going to keep shining that metal and making it look really good and make all that polish and stuff like that. They can't just rely. It's like when Fallout 76 came out, there was all these bugs and issues, and they're saying, "Hey, look, we got a BR." Like, who the hell asked for a BR in a Fallout game? It's like they don't even listen to the community. The whole all I want to do. I don't want thousands of planets. I don't want it's like they promise too much and we receive a little back. That's the problem. Is they take a big chunk of something and say we're gonna give you thousands of planets to explore, thousands of empty planets like nothing to do. I tell you what, give me 5 planets where I can do tons of stuff on and then expand from that. Don't promise something you can't give, and that's the problem. Is they promise so much shit and then they give us little in return, but they still expect the full price of a game and they give you little in return. And I'm so tired of that. I really am. Like, I'm just so tired of it. Games are getting more expensive. They say, because, the new consoles, we've bumped them up the price. Okay, then I want to see more bang for my buck. And I'm not. Yeah. What I want content. I want lots of content. I want amazing graphics. I want a great, compelling story. I want multiplayer. I want multiple options of what I can do in the game. Don't limit it me. Expand it. Let me show me what you got. And if I can't see that, then I'll play something else. And usually 9 times out of 10, you play an indie game and it blows you out the park. It's great because they have dedication. And like you said before, small group of people are passionate about what they're working on. Mm-hmm. Not 100,000 people who've got a contract to just work their 9 to 5 and just do their job bare minimum.
Yeah.
You got guys who passionate.
They've been working on this game for 5 to 10 years in their free time, and it's all about the mechanics of the game, and it's all usually pixel art or something like that. It's not about. So I'm a huge indie game fan. I like indie
games. Obsessed. There's a lot of games I play. That
I would much rather play an indie game than AAA games most of the time.
There's a game I'm playing right now. I'm actually lucky to be partners with called Caliber. It's a free-to-play multiplayer shooter. And it's like SOCOM. It's on PC, and I've been with these guys for nearly 2 years, and they're slowly just building this game bigger and bigger and bigger. And people say, "Oh, never heard of it." Because they're still working on it. They're still trying to make this game bigger and bigger and better, and it's really good. It's a really good competitive tactical shooter, and I love that. And I'd rather play that over Call of Duty any day.
I love AAA experiences, but like Andy even said too, it's like value for the money. I mean, I would rather get an indie game for $30. And then pay $70 for a AAA experience, because I'm not going to put. See, I'm not. My gaming habits have changed over the years. Like I don't like the idea of putting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into games anymore. Like I don't like that when someone's like, "This game's got 600 hours." I'm like, "F that game." You can.
Nobody's got no time for that.
Like
I bought a 15-hour campaign.
I bought Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm going to play that when I'm 80, because it's so I just don't have the time to play a game that everyone I talk to is like, I'm in 300 hours and I've made it through chapter 1. I'm like,
I need to take a
break.
That.
Yeah, I'm just I'm different. And also I grew up in the arcade teams too, so like I'm a huge arcade type guy, and I love that arcade experience because arcade games are the opposite. They're like, nope, here's 6 levels.
Go through
And if you want to play them over and over to master this game, go ahead. But if you just
there's a
want to play these
leaderboard
6
so you can
levels,
shit on the other people.
exactly. So it's like up to you. If you enjoy this game so much that you want to put 100 hours into it, you can. But you could put 20 in, and you'll be done and feel satisfied. And like I like that. I like the smaller experiences.
Yeah, I do too. I like when someone's like, "I'll play a horror game," or something. Man, there's only 20 hours of gameplay.
That's perfect.
I said that's good for me. I work full time, so I haven't got all day to sit there and. Yes, I've finished level 1 on that, and I've spent about 3 weeks playing this game.
I will play a game that's like that. I just have to budget the time. So I think I was talking about this last time. When I play an RPG, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to like mentally prepare. I'm not going to buy a bunch of games. So I'm distracted and have all these games showing up. And because that's what happens is I play a game for 30 hours and then a bunch of games show up and I'm like, ooh, this looks really fun. I'm just going to play this. I'm just going to play this for like 20 minutes. And then that's that. Now the other game never goes back in, dude. It's like, damn it. So
there's a lot of games like that it consume me, and like the sandbox type games, like they're so big, like your Red Dead Redemption, you have tons of hours in there, and Skyrim and all that sort of stuff. But like I'm the fast food of gaming. Like I want to play it, get my adrenaline kick, and then put it down when I'm done. And then if I want to go back to it, it's there, But yeah, that's me. But I think everyone's got different gaming habits. This is like a fine wine. I spent 7,000 hours on this game. If you want to do that, that's fine. But I'm fast food. I want to go to the drive-through. I want to go to the drive-through.
I've enjoyed that are 4 hours long, and there's games that I've enjoyed that I've put 400 hours into.
Exactly. You saw my file.
As long as I'm enjoying it and I can keep playing it, I will keep playing it.
Yeah.
I want to touch back on one point that we brought up when you were talking about the size of Bethesda Studios. Look at a company like look at Concerned Ape, who made Stardew Valley. He's making a new game. Stardew Valley's done really well. He's got lots of money. Guess what? He's making the new game the same way he made the first game, just himself, because that was how it was done. It was done the way he wanted it to do. He doesn't want to bring on other people who won't have his idea and,
his vision.
Won't have his passion for his game. And he knows that if he hires a team, it's not going to be the idea that's in his head. And I know 100% for a fact, Haunted Chocolatier, when it comes out, it's going to be an amazing experience day one.
Yeah.
And I know that.
Yeah.
I bet it won't have a bunch of like skin packs to buy and season passes. Either.
Oh, what do you mean?
That's
why I bought. This is why I game.
Gaming is disgusting.
This is why I game. I like to buy expensive things and then buy more. I don't want a game to play. What are you talking about? I just want to be bombarded with monetization and loot crates and battle passes. Look at Call of Duty right now. You got a battle pass within the battle pass. I mean, how much money do you guys want?
I got a Steam Deck, right? And I'm loving life, been filling it with old games. And today, me and my friend, all we did is we played Soul Calibur 1 on the Dreamcast.
Oh, Soul Calibur is such a great game.
We just sat there unlocking everything. Dude, I love it. We're just unlocking all the skins and all the maps and all the outfits and all the characters and just sitting there. We had a really good time. And I remember looking at him at the end and I was just like, now, if this was a new game, that entire day of fun we just had, I would have just went out and spent $20 and downloaded all of that.
Yeah,
that would have been the game.
You unlock a character, like you remember
you just pay.
Yeah.
You just have to pay.
Oh, you feel like you've done something. You feel like you've achieved something. That's what they've taken the experience out of you now. It's like,
and you had to look up.
You have to have a big bank
how to unlock it. You had to like do this and then do that and then do this. It was fun and it was like a secret. And then it was like, dude, like I don't know.
Same thing with Tekken. I rember when you used to play certain characters and you'd unlock certain characters and stuff. But I mean, they are taking that experience that we used to enjoy out, and now it's like
they've destroyed fighting games.
Yeah,
I would play the entire Tekken until I'd unlocked every character because that was the fun of it. Now you put it in, you've already got every character, and if you want,
you can just
these
buy
other
it.
ones,
no, you don't.
There's no other way.
You have to buy them. You don't. That's the thing. You don't. You won't have every character for years after the game comes out. You have to wait for the game to come out, buy it for $60, and then spend another 30, 40, 50, hundreds and hundreds. They want you to spend hundreds of dollars on your fighting games now to just have all the characters in the
I haven't played many fighting games anymore because they've just lost.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's shite.
when Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, if you wanted Darth Vader and you wanted to just play the game, you had to put in 300 and something hours. They changed it. But initially, like, it was 300 hours to play as Darth Vader. Like, are you fucking serious? I just paid full price for this game. You're not going to let me play as the one character that everyone wants to play as? Like,
dude,
what?
that happened with the Chocobo racing game. I don't know if you heard about that fiasco, but when
I
that
heard
game
the
came
drama
out,
about it, and then it got redone or something.
they've taken out a lot of the pay stuff, but like when it started, it was like you could, like, they advertise it like, you know, you could play as Cloud, you could play as Sephiroth, you could do all this stuff, and then it's like you get in the game and it's no, you have to spend like hundreds and hundreds of hours playing to be those characters, or you could just pay them, you can just buy it, and it's just like, dude, go to hell, man. Like, I'm just so over it. Like, these people, like, I'm over it. But hey, that's fine. They'll never get my money.
It almost turns me off playing a game like Gran Turismo, that the fact that pay to buy options in the game. I'd so much rather it not being in the game, full stop. Like, put in, if you want to put in pay shit, do it for your online races with skins. Cosmetic items should be the only thing people are paying for in video games.
Vanity stuff, not actual, nothing that affects gameplay at all.
Nothing that affects gameplay, nothing that affects unlockables. Like, because it just defeats the purpose of grinding. Like, why are you going to grind and put 100 hours in when you can just, just spend $5? Are you stupid? You just wasted 100 hours of your life. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, guys, before we get so annoyed, let's move on to another topic. And that is show and tell. So we're going to show you guys some cool things from our collection with show and tell.
Let's do it.
Wow.
Do it.
That's you got the whole FIFA collection there.
Well, you're our guest today. Would you like to show us some items from your collection?
Yeah, sure. I got a cut. Well, would you want me to explain?
I'd love you to explain that story of the Gears poster.
Okay, see this Gears poster here, guys. All right. Now, I'm a Gears of War fan. I love the series. I love all the games and stuff like that. Big fan. Anyway, I recently got an Xbox. I was playing it, and I got hooked on the Gears of War franchise. I played through Gears of War 1 and 2 like crazy. I was doing the whole Gears of War 2 multiplayer and the Horde mode. Then Gears of War 3 was coming out in 2011. September 2011.
I think that was the game I bought, because that was right at the time I was working at that place.
It's a great game. Anyway, I was at work, and the closest EB Games, which is like GameStop, I guess, for everyone else, is about over an hour's drive from where I live. All right, I live in a small town, so a bigger town had an EB Games. And back in the good old days, you had like the midnight launches. So I pre-ordered my my Gears of War 3. Went up there, and there was a bunch of nerds like me waiting for Gears of War. Oh my god, get the Asher. Didn't get a gun. I missed out on the guns because I didn't pre-order it properly or some stuff like that. So I was a bit butthurt, and the guy said, "Well, do you want a poster?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll get a poster." So I scored the Gears of War 3 poster. So I've had that since 2011, and when I got Gears of War 3, I went home. It was well after midnight. I got home, and I was like, "Oh, I'll play a little bit of the campaign before work," and I tried a little bit, and then I was hooked. I was on all night playing Gears of War 3, and it was like 7 a.m. in the morning, and I rang up work, and I'm like, I can't come to work, I'm sick. So I put the phone down, and then I went to sleep, and then got up, and then my friends were messaging me, "Man, did you finish Gears of War?" I said, "Yes, I finished it. You want to do co-op campaign?" "Oh, yeah, let's do it." So I played the co-op campaign with friends. Next day, I did an all-nighter and rung up work again and went, "I'm still sick." Put the phone down. And so I spent Thursday and Friday playing Gears of War 3 campaign single player, and then co-op campaign with my friends, and then did an all-weekend multiplayer. I couldn't stop playing the game. Love that game. It's like in my top 10. It's in my top 10 all-time best games. And Monday came along, and I'm like really tempted to call because I wanted to grind the multiplayer. I was like, I better work. But yeah, that's my Gears of War 3.
Oh, sick all weekend, guys.
Yeah, I was sick. I was so sick. And I also got what else we got? Actually, I would love to show this to you. For all the horror fans out there, anyway. Well, knocking my stuff over. This is actually a rarity because I haven't seen this bad boy anywhere. This is a Freddy. And if you press that, and he's got
That's good.
Pretty good sound quality actually from the doll, dude. I used to have I had the Pee Wee Herman one, and it sounds terrible.
I remember Pee Wee when there's a pullback cord.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah.
So mine's broken and the cord speed's off.
Mm.
So he doesn't sound like Pee Wee. He's like,
oh, he sounds like he's
he
possessed by
sounds
the
like
devil.
Satan. Yeah, it's if you want to scare little kids, it's a great doll for that.
I've had this since 2008, and it's still in the package. So I got that for Christmas from the kids. The kids knew I was a big horror nerd. But when I got this, I didn't expect it. Like the kids are saying, "Oh, we got you something for Christmas," and I'm thinking, "What? Soap and a rope, socks for Dad?" Because like dads get the most boring shit presents. They scored me this. Like I said, I didn't even know where they got it from, but it was such an unexpected Christmas gift, and I loved it. And I've had it, and I haven't got him out of there or anything. And I'm amazed the sounds. But he's cool. He's got awesome.
Dude, if I had more space, like one of the things I would love to collect is horror collectibles, especially like the statues and the figures. They have some insanely awesome. Like
and of course,
serial killers ones. Like that.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys love the gizmo, so I thought I should have gizmo. His bottom part fell out, but he does the little the batteries. He's like, sorry, gizmo, but he does like the little gizmo sounds and stuff like that. But he's really cute, and he came in a box, but I took him out of the box for some reason. I can't remember why, but kids got me that as well because they knew I was a big fan of the Gremlins movies, and I think I even got.
Everybody's bottoms fall out every once in a while. Okay, it happens to the best of us. All right.
Same here. Actually, I've got a really cool thing that my children. Because I'm a He-Man
fan, so I see your He-Man stuff. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah,
I love He-Man, bro.
My son bought me the He-Man collection on DVD.
That's right, dude.
Right, that's by the power of Grayskull. But did you guys like the new He-Man that was on Netflix? Because I was like. What the hell are they? Is this He-Man? Is this an actual He-Man show? Where's He-Man?
All right, so here I'll fill you in. If you ask me any sense, did you like the new anything? I'm gonna say no, because nothing that has been made in the last like 15 years has not sucked. Everything is bad. It is garbage. I literally think they took all the talented people in Hollywood and fired them all and hired their kids, whom they all suck. We have an entire generation of talentless losers running everything. You can't even make He-Man like the dumbest, easiest story. You can't make that correctly.
It was a toy product. They made a cartoon about a toy.
It is pathetic what these people.
And
are
I know
doing.
Kevin Smith. I was expecting way better.
If you want to go out and do activism, go do it. Okay. If you want to do entertainment, learn how to do entertainment. You guys suck. Like, sorry, I'm a little.
I agree with you, but this is the thing. I understand what you're saying there because this is something I really do say about things like this. We, for most part, our everyday lives, we work, we do mundane things, right? And the thing that we do when we get home is we want to relax. We want to enjoy entertainment. We want to enjoy our music, our movies, and our video games. We want to keep the real life crap out. But the problem is now
we want to be entertained.
We want entertainment. We want to have fun. Now the problem is now they're putting their agendas and all their idealism into the entertainment world, and now we got that in our faces. And
we have an entire generation of people going, "Listen, filthy peasant, you need to be educated. Let me show you how you should think, you filthy animal." It's like I constantly feel like I'm on an episode of Sesame Street. Where I have people being like, "You're not supposed to be mean," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks for letting me know, dude." Like, what the hell, guys? Like, I know. Like, what is this? It's just this. It's all these people being like, "I just want to point out how awesome I am because I'm not a murderer."
No, that's true.
Okay, great, congratulations. That's all it is. Is people being like, "I'm better than other people because I don't do this thing." or whatever it is, and I'm like, nobody cares. Nobody's even doing that right now.
You know what?
Nobody hears even that's not even happening. What are you talking about? It's just a bunch of lunatics, man.
You know, you have every right to be offended, and I have every right not to give a crap. So, to each his own. But like I said,
I like offensive stuff. I enjoy it.
I said, but what I'm saying is, all I want to
funny.
enjoy myself and enjoy gaming, and enjoy my movies, and have fun with that. But I pick and choose. Like that's why I play watch my old movies. Like last night I watched Rambo. Like we watched Rambo again.
Oh, like Rambo 1, so good.
You know, could you imagine if they did Rambo now? It would be a toaster oven. Identify as a toaster oven. Rambo, the movie starring toaster oven. But
you would have see now you couldn't make Rambo because the only acceptable person to fight are Nazis. So you'd have to time travel back to World War II to make a Rambo. You couldn't go and you're not allowed to kill.
Well, Rambo was ahead of its time too. Like the movie itself is ahead of its time too, because like that movie was based on a book. No one wanted to touch it with a 10-foot pole because it was about Vietnam and stuff like that.
Well, they made that movie about him going on to Mexico and fighting the cartels, and people were like, "It's racist." I'm like, "It's fighting drug dealers. Who gives a shit?"
That movie is boss. I love that movie. I love old. See, to me,
I love anything Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I'm a big Stallone fan. Like he's my hero. Him and Arnold. Yes, my name is Arnold Braunschweiger.
Yeah, we grew up with like idols and like of masculinity that do not exist anymore at all. Like there's
it does. It's a very small percentage of it. It's like really tiny. Like I mean, I like Jason Statham movies. Like he's
I love Jason Statham movies.
I'm Jason.
But again, it's been like a decade. So all the things you're gonna say that you liked him made are all.
He wasn't even in it.
Which one?
The latest one he wasn't in. It was weird.
What, Meg 2? He's in Meg 2.
There was one of the I don't watch.
I'm in the Transporter. He was not in the Transporter, one of the Transporter movies, and it's like, wait a minute, he is Transporter. Who's this guy?
Over the top, dude. Yeah, movie's so good.
Yeah, but that's the problem with entertainment. Unfortunately, is now it's pushing the agenda of this agenda of that.
Yeah, and that's why. I remember we were talking about this before the show started. You said you were getting really into collecting other types of physical media, and I've done that too. I started buying lots of DVDs and especially like TV show sets and stuff that I like, because just so you guys know what's going to happen, and this will happen. I will bet every dollar I own is once that stuff goes away and everything's like on streaming, and that's like the only way you can access this stuff. Like you can't just buy content like that. They're going to go back and change all that stuff.
They're doing it now.
They're going to edit it all. So now you're going to watch Rambo, and it's going to have like they'll all be fighting Nazis. They'll CG all their face. I'm telling you, they're going to change it all, because that's one of the biggest issues with these people who are these psycho crazy lunatics who are running everything is that they can't have you being able to access the past like that, because then you can prove that like they're crazy. Because you'd be like, no, this is how everyone lived for hundreds and thousands of years, and you're nuts. You're wrong. So they can't have that. So they need to take all that away, and then they're going to change it to only their nut crap that they're pushing. That's the only thing that's going to be available, because
Friends is a good example. They've changed Friends. The current episodes that are on Netflix or whatever streaming site they're on are different to the original Friends series. Which is crazy to me. Like,
I can't even stand it if the music ain't right.
That's true. This is actually true. This is legit true. The French Connection is a 70s film with Gene Hackman. It's a gritty cop drama movie, and they actually it's available on the streaming service of Disney Plus, and they've actually removed nearly an entire scene because it was considered racist. It was the sign of the times. This is the problem. You're actually changing history, changing things to cater to a now audience, and that's not good. If they're upset with it and stuff like that, people need to be upset. People need to understand you can't sugarcoat everything. People need to have an opinion about things. People need to understand this is how it was back in the day. You can consider it racism, or you consider it non-racism or sexism or bigotry, but that's how people used to talk back then. Doesn't mean you omit it, erase it from our history. You know, and it's an act. It's a movie. People are acting in it, and like people will need to understand it. You know, and it's just getting way out of hand. But the problem is we have these big wigs pressing buttons and doing all this rubbish, and just changing the whole mindset of how people need to react to things. Like it's amazing. You can say like a really lame joke, and people say, "Well, I'm finding that offensive." Like,
Well, our entire society has been infantilized. We're all treated like babies.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's like, okay, so let's say there is something bad, and
Mm.
I can watch something bad. I'm a
course you
grown
can.
up. Okay, like I'll
Exactly.
be okay. You don't need to censor it. You don't need to. You don't need to
No.
protect me from the bad things in the world. Like I didn't ask for that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
the
I'm an
whole
adult.
attitude.
Let me make my own fucking choices. Pardon my French.
Dude,
I wanted to add on the French connection. So I'm in a lot of collecting groups for DVDs, mainly because I sell them. But that DVD in particular on Blu-ray, after it did get banned, copies of it were going for over €100. So now it's become a really collectible piece of media because people want to preserve that piece that was removed.
Yep. Same thing happened to Dr. Seuss books over here. They started banning a bunch of Dr. Seuss books, and they said they weren't going to print them anymore.
Stupid. It's so
and then,
stupid.
but boom, every single one of those books was selling for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds online now because they're insanely collectible. Yeah, Dr. Seuss, the threat to our society, guys.
Green eggs in hand.
Better watch out, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
God, GM, dude. Like, it's so ridiculous.
It's crazy. That's what it is. It's just crazy.
It's called.
So you got any new pickups for us this week?
Oh yeah, we're doing that, huh? I just went off on this crazy tangent.
We went on a rant.
Well, man,
damn your agenda.
Well, I don't.
I want to play my games and watch my videos.
10 years ago, if you told me something I loved was getting made into a TV show or movie, I would be excited. If you tell me now, like I have the entire, you can't see him, but I have the entire Wheel of Time book series. It's like my favorite book series of all time. I'm obsessed. I heard that Amazon is making the TV show, and I just went, oh God.
It's going to be so wokey.
Please don't. Just don't make it. Just don't make it. Just don't make the show.
It's not the new Lord of Rings.
Just don't do it. These days, it's going to be bad.
Please don't. I don't. Exactly. I'm like, you're going to ruin it. I don't even want to see it. And you know what? Guess what? It was garbage. It's complete.
Well, it's not very good. Yeah.
Flaming garbage. Dude, they took out like some incredibly important, essential parts of the story in the show. Like absolutely found, like, I don't know if you're into fantasy or magic or Brandon Sanderson or anything, but like those books, the whole thing is the system. It's the magic system. It's the rules of the fantasy world that make it interesting. Like, because, and they just were like, man, we're just not going to do that. And I'm like, what the like, it's like, it drove me crazy, dude. Yeah, like, so the whole basis of the Wheel of Time is, I'll get to my pickups, I swear, is there's a male side of magic and a female side of magic. And that's an essential
that doesn't work with us.
Part. No, you can't have binary gender worldviews at all. So now there's only one magical power that everybody uses. And it's like an essential part of the story, like literally foundational importance. And they just whatever. And of course everybody's gay because well, of course they are. They're not. Yeah. None of the characters in the books are, but in the show, like 80% of them probably are.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's just what, of course. Which
different races and everything, because that's what they would have been.
Because that doesn't matter, because people who like things, they love when everything like that gets changed. Great job, guys. Again, it's another philosophy I understand. They're like, oh, we have this thing that everybody loves. Let's make it and then change everything.
Yeah,
what
they do that a lot.
What the frick is wrong with you guys? What does the matter with everybody loves this thing? Well, we shouldn't do that.
Hey, you love this?
Because then they would all love this too. They would all love this just as much as the book. Why would we want to make it the same? Why would we want to make it the way everybody loves it? We shouldn't do that.
That's why I cringe every time there's a new Star Wars movie.
We know better. We know better, guys. We know better than those stupid fans who have been reading the books for 20 years. We looked at this for like an hour. We're gonna do it better. All right. So I got Dead Cells. Return to the Castlevania.
Oh, okay. Is that? Oh, okay. That looks good.
I got the other Dead Cells, but because it's got.
I heard there's a Castlevania version. I've never played Dead Cells. Is it good?
Oh, it's one of the best indie games ever made, bro.
Nice. Cool.
So yeah, this is like the third copy of Dead Cells I own. I bought like the original one, and then the deluxe edition, and then this one, whatever. But I'm not gonna open this one. I'm gonna keep it sealed. It's gonna just
might be worth $50 50 years from now.
It says Castlevania on it. And that'll make it worth more money than it should.
Yeah, Castlevania is a good series, though.
And I have like a PS4 Castlevania set because there's been so many Castlevania games that have gotten re-released, and then there's all of these Maybe I can show that off sometime. I'll show my little Castlevania.
Pretty much got the
collection.
whole Castlevania set on PS4 at this point.
Yeah,
Castlevania's
exactly.
amazing.
And then
Castlevania's great.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of like little Castlevania-like games too, which I have like a Bloodstained and all that stuff. All right, so the next one I get is called Orbital Bullet.
Orbital Bullet. Okay, never heard of it.
This just came in. I just got it from Super Rare Games. It is a like how do I describe this? It's kind of like a 2D side scroller, like Contra type action game, but you're on like a 360 spinning plane. So like as you go to the right and to the left, you're actually like spinning around this thing, and that's why it's called Orbital Bullet. So you're like always moving in a circle. God, you ever play Klonoa?
Never heard of it.
Klonoa? You ever heard of Klonoa?
Yeah, on PS1.
Yeah, so like you know how some of the boss fights, you're like on a ring and you're running around the outside of the ring and the boss is in the center. It's that idea where you're like running around like a ring kind of. Anyway, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. You give me a little game where I'm like a little sprite that shoots bullets and I'm just down. I love shooters, dude. I love twin sticks. I love shmups. I just
twin sticks are great.
So this looks kind of like a twin stick thing, but it looks really good. I buy like maybe like 1 out of every 10 Super Rare games, and that was one of the ones I was like, oh hell yeah. So this one, I don't know. I just wanted it literally because of the name. Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator.
Wow. Is that actually a legit game?
It sure is. And it's got goodies inside. See that?
Okay.
What a game.
So it almost looks like an old phone game. Like you ever play like Drug Wars or something like that?
Is it like a Game of the Year edition of that game or
what? Yes, there is. There's 5 versions. There's 6 season passes. No, it's just like it's almost like it's not even like a game. It's like menus and stuff. You just like buy and sell things and trade things and try to make money. It's like one of those like screen management.
It sounds like a real legit company like Activision. Buy this, sell
Serenity 4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It actually sounds kind of fun. I like those.
It says flood galaxies with meat and make a profit. So, yeah. And to me, I don't know. There's certain games that in my mind I look at them and I'm just like, I just feel like that bitch is going to be expensive down the line. And I don't know what it is about this game, but I was just like, I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be not that crazy popular. I don't know. Maybe rare in the future. I have no idea. Either way.
You can see it being on the dollar shelf as well. So it's one of those games.
It's just, yeah, it could be. Exactly. It could be. You know, it's not going to be like 50 years. Everyone thinks it's a hidden gem and wants to pick it up or nothing. I just, yeah.
I can't live without Organ Simulator.
And then the last one is just a cheapo. I got a PSP game. I got Pursuit Force Extreme Justice. Yeah, so like I said, I've been picking up some PSP games and some PS2 games that I've been after for a while, but like just not buying them because there's no like need. But I'm kind of like, it's weird. Like I got my Steam Deck and my emulator, and you figured that would be like I would buy less. But what it did is it made me go through like the whole library and like really like nail down like what games I want to buy still. I'm like all the the games that I'm like, well, I want this on my Steam Deck. So this is probably something I should buy because I legitimately want to play this. You know what I mean? Because I didn't put all the PS2 games or I just put the choice selections of what I will actually play versus like, because there's games that I think that are cool. There's games that I want to have in my collection because they're cool, and then there's games that I want to play.
I prioritize the ones I want to play.
First. So there are plenty of games that I own that I didn't put on the Steam Deck, and that's fine. I'm not like getting rid of them because like they're cool and they're valuable and I like them. I'm just not going to play them probably. But there were some games I realized that like I want to play these games and I don't own them, so I have to get those ones. I'm like I want like you know what I mean. Like I want to pick those up. So. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. Just couple.
Nice pickups, mate.
A few things out. I grabbed a few weird games today, just something different, and then a couple of nice PS4 packs. The first weird type game is called Hail to the Chimp. This is a presidential party game. you see people posting it every time there's an election going on in America. But yeah, it's just a weird party game that they brought out on the PS3.
Oh, okay.
I
Was
really
that a tie-in when
like it.
Trump came into power?
No, it was like a 2000. I think it would have been Barack Obama.
Oh, okay.
2007. So was
Okay.
it George Bush?
No, that's super racist. Did that? No, it was 2007. It was still Bush.
Yeah,
No,
George
Obama
Bush.
came in
So
in 08.
it would be like 100 IQ.
Dude, that's when the cult started. I remember in 2008, I worked at a PR firm. All these people came in. They're like, "We're gonna go watch Obama speak." And I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "You don't want to come?" I'm like, "No. Why the hell would I want to watch that?" And they were like appalled. I was just like, "Okay,
Yeah.
you weirdos. You guys are weirdos. Who the hell wants to
You're
go?
gonna be any worse.
I want to go watch this
Big
politician."
Next lot of weird games I've got are from Spain. These are karaoke games. So these are actually pretty cool because they have really good track lists. Like we've got like Pharrell Williams and Counting Crows and Mark Anthony and Bruno Mars, and like there's some decent songs on here, so it's pretty cool.
Is karaoke still a thing on PlayStation? Like I remember SingStar was back in the PS2
thing. Yeah, the new one's called Let's Sing, I think, and it's quite popular.
Oh, okay.
Dance. Yep.
But they have awesome artwork as well with these two characters on the front.
Oh yeah.
And they are quite rare. I know people trying to track these down from Spain.
They're so like mid-tier, mid 2000s, late 2000s look hairstyle and dress sense.
It looks like a PS2 game, actually. And then I got some PS4 boxes, so I'm a big fan of The Witcher. And then The Witcher's got a card game inside it called Gwent. So these editions are basically Gwent sets. So we've got the Blood and Wine and the Hearts of Stone. It includes the base game as well as the cards from the game, and basically you can play full games of Gwent with your friends with these packs, which are really cool. They're beautiful. I had to get both of them because you can't just have one.
Nice. I
did get all the trophies for Gwent too. I finished it in the game. It was like playing a 50-hour game by itself.
I attempted Gwent and I was like, this is over my head.
One of those things that you have to learn Gwent. Like it's a full game.
Yeah, it's a game within itself. Yeah. I just didn't have the time. I was like, nah, stuff this.
Once you get into it, though, Gwent is absolutely amazing. I would, if The Witcher came out with a side game that was like half price, it was just Gwent, I would buy it.
Yeah.
No, that's what I call music soundtrack games.
No, that's what I brought for show and tell this week. Guys, we clicked
over
the
some good games.
2-hour mark already. We might call a wrap on this show. Fatboy, before we go, tell everyone where we can find you on social media, man.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were looking at me now. You can find me on Twitter, PS2FatBoy. You can find me on mainly TikTok, which is PS2FatBoy. And I am on Kick as well, PS2FatBoy. Also Twitch, PS2FatBoy. And I'm also dabble a little bit on YouTube, PS2FatBoy _Twitch. Well, actually, it's just PS2FatBoy Oz. But yeah, but like honestly, if you want to check me out, I post daily on TikTok a lot of shorts, and I do go live on there quite a bit. So if you are into older gaming and just talking, just enjoying a chill time, having a conversation with someone who's gaming while yelling at the screen and why the game's not working, then I'm your guy. And but I'm on pretty much everything. PS2Fat. Just type in PS2FatBoy on anything except for OnlyFans, because I closed my account because I had no fans. I couldn't get any fans. But yeah, you never know. Might bring it back, some feet pics. I know Joe wants them.
I think of it, man. It was a blast.
Yeah.
My mouth hurting from laughing so much.
But check me out on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Kick, whatever floats your boat. I did attempt Facebook gaming briefly, but I was like, not for me. But yeah, I'm on all the platforms anyway. But but I also thank you for having me here. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, that's okay. And I enjoyed chatting to you, Joe and Figsy. You guys are awesome legends. And thanks everyone who popped into the chat and the podcast to listen to some guys chat away about gaming. But that's the thing I think that's important. Like, we love this. And I think it's great that you guys are collecting what you're collecting. I think it's like bringing back your childhood. And I think that's the most important thing. That's one thing they can't take away is your childhood. You might remember a song or a particular scene from a movie or a particular moment when you beat a game. Those are moments you cherish. You know, those are moments I cherish. And when I can pick up that game and still put it in my console or my PC and still play it and still remember the cues of the music and the scenes and stuff like that, those are the things that I cherish and I long for, and I want to keep doing that, you know. And when you can't have that because it's on a streaming service or this monetization of video games, it just really upsets you. It just really feels like it feels like they're trying to desensitize it. They're trying to make it all about the money. I understand that companies want to make money, but you make a great game that's interactive and fun and entertaining, you will make money. Simple as that. You don't need all that other crap. Make a good game. It's a no-brainer. Anyway, thank you for having me on here. I really enjoyed myself. And thanks for the chat.
Man. And guys, be sure to tune in this Thursday, Friday, as we have TJ and Joseph Karomi coming back on the show. It should be really fun, so stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.
You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collecting Season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk again when we got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna live the dream. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing the song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready for one more chance.